Sunday's here, NFL takeover is real. From the first snap to the final whistle we feel. Packers in the mix, Chiefs on the rise. Patriots grinding, Eagles soaring high. Fantasy points stack, best place, no joke. Monday Night Football, that's where we provoke. Action-packed, every hit, every call. The boys with the heat, we cover it all. From the college fields to the Super Bowl dreams, we narrate the action, we the football kings. Coast to coast, every yard, every throw, we bring the fire, it's time to let it glow. Are you ready for some football? Coast to coast, from the college game to the NFL, we do the most. Monday nights, the boys bringing all the heat, we the squad on the mic, ain't no one can compete. Touchdowns, big plays, lights up in the sky, huddle up, it's game time, we ready to fly. From the cop to the clock hit zero, we the voices of the game, the real heroes. Boys with the heat, we stay on the grind. Football's in our blood, it's all in our mind. From the cop to the clock hit zero, we the voices of the game, the real heroes. Boys with the heat, we stay on the grind. Football's in our blood, it's all in our mind. From the college fields to the Super Bowl dreams, we narrate the action, we the football kings. From the college fields to the Super Bowl dreams, we narrate the action, we the football kings. Coast to coast, every yard, every throw, we bring the fire, it's time to let it glow. Are you ready for some football? Coast to coast, coast to coast, coast to coast. From the college game to the NFL, we do the most. Monday nights, the boys bringing all the heat. We the squad on the mic, ain't no one can compete. Touchdowns, big plays, lights up in the sky. Huddle up, it's game time, we ready to fly. From kickoff to the clock hit zero, we the voices of the game, the real heroes. Boys with the heat, we stay on the grind. Football's in our blood, it's all in our mind.
We really need to figure out how to get them Lego pieces.
I sent it to you.
No, but like actually get them.
Oh, well, that I have no idea. You got to go to some game shop probably. Somebody will be able to make that for you. Easy.
Legos?
Yeah, Legos.
I bet there's a custom Lego website.
Oh, I'm sure. You probably get anything made on the internet nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sure if you Lego custom made
Etsy.
Don't steal.
Somebody's got a 3D printer somewhere.
Temu.
Yep.
Yeah, 3D printers are your best route. Then you
It'll show up looking like Sheldon.
Alibaba.
Speaking of not showing up, I wanted to start the show off with this. Can we all just agree New York is the worst fucking place for sports? For football right now. I mean, you got to be shitting me with Aaron Rodgers. His teammates have completely turned on him. The Giants are still less than ideal to watch on TV. The fact that we had to watch them in Carolina try to fuck a doorknob was terrible.
New York,
Mike said
technically, the only football team in New York is Buffalo, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Buffalo doesn't even consider themselves New York. They're basically Canada-esque.
Yeah. But the Jets, it brings me joy to see Aaron Rodgers just be miserable. And then you drag Devontae Adams to pretty much the same suckness to New York.
Except Las Vegas at least had a decent defense.
And they had better weather.
Better bars to go to, too.
It's just
probably better women.
It's just a shit show over there. And I blame it all on Aaron Rodgers.
We should. It's his fault.
What do you mean?
There's nobody else to blame, Charles. That's what we mean. They fired the OC. They fired the head coach. Who's next? You can't fire Aaron Rodgers.
Joe Douglas is next.
Joe Douglas.
Their GM.
Yeah, right, that makes sense.
And then, on the other side, the Giants are just imploding on themselves.
They've got a huge issue with Daniel.
They don't trust Daniel Jones anymore. That's gone and done with. That experiment terribly.
He's never going to start for the Giants again. Because if he gets hurt this year, he gets $30 million guaranteed.
I'm like, there's a very good chance they pull a Russell Wilson on him and bench him for the rest of the year.
Tommy DeVito's going to be the fucking...
And that defense is somewhat decent, and it just sucks that it's attached to that offense.
Yeah.
They hit really hard on Malik Neighbors. That kid is worth every penny.
But they need to find a quarterback in the draft.
2.5 years, and then he'll be gone.
Charles, to your point, if they would have had a decent quarterback, he definitely could have been in the running for Rookie of the Year, for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
They still need.
Oh, yeah.
They still
But
need
seeing
to
is that
let
he's on the Giants, that's not going to happen.
No,
And,
it's upsetting.
but he had decent spurts when he had decent spurts with Jones, but Jones is just not it for the Giants.
He
And
wouldn't
I
win
think
Rookie
they're
of the
starting
Year
to notice
anyway,
that.
because I'm pretty sure
Oh,
that's going to
Jaden
go to a
Daniels.
Jaden
quarterback.
Daniels is walking
Jaden
away.
Daniels.
Yeah,
He is
100%.
walking
The smallest rookie quarterback in this year's class.
That's fine.
the shortest, the smallest ankle.
He almost missed a game already. I wasn't wrong.
Almost.
I'm just
Almost.
But it wasn't because of his ankles.
Hey, and arguably the only reason they lost against the Steelers is because that wide receiver decided to go backwards instead of fucking jumping forward.
Zach
the
Ertz.
tight end.
He caught the ball in front of the first down,
And
then
not just
he
that.
decided to fight for more yards. And if in the NFL, once you start moving backwards with your feet, you're now a runner.
Forward
You're moving
progress is
backwards.
up.
In forward
And
progress
not just
is
that.
done. Yeah.
The second strike is when old boy jumped off sides with 27
that was-
seconds to.
Did you see the quarterback and the coach both look at each other on the
Russell
sidelines?
Wilson.
And
Mike Tomlin was like, got him.
Yeah.
Can we just take
Got
a
him.
minute?
Go ahead.
Can we just take a second? Just how right Russell Wilson was over Justin
I'm like,
Fields.
he hasn't lost it that much.
One of the prettiest deep balls in the NFL, eh?
How
I think
happy is Mike Williams right now?
Oh my God.
Mike Williams.
Oh, can we also point out how terrible of a
Fuck outta
coach
New York.
Nathaniel Hackett is?
Yes.
How
absolutely.
Charles, how can you circle this all the way back to Nathaniel? I'll tell you.
Please,
Because Nathaniel
elaborate on
Hackett.
Charles, you circled it back to when he was at Green Bay. That's a long
But it's even worse because of Denver.
I'm just saying. Nathaniel Hackett and Denver and Russell Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett is such a terrible coach that he did so terrible by Russell Wilson. I'm just like.
How happy is Russell Wilson though on Sunday, right? Not only did you win, and you had a masterful game against Washington, probably the best game of that Sunday. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denver choked against Kansas City.
Oh, man.
Sean Payton. And then the Jets suck ass. So not only does your two former head coaches lose, and you over here just like, yeah, bitches, who's washed now?
Have we found out what Hackett's doing yet? Does anybody
Probably
know?
just sitting in the booth looking at paper.
Learning how to cook French food or some shit, probably on the internet.
There's a lot of weird shit going on in the NFL.
They demoted his ass down to like quality control or some shit.
I don't want him quality controlling anything.
He's not even whispering to Rodgers. So
He's-
even with the Saints, you got their special teams coach. Fuck offensive coordinator and defense. Give it to the special teams guy.
That's
Hey, but he pulled it out though. He pulled it out.
Didn't even know there was a head coach office.
Like Tampa
promote
Bay
the water boy
and
in New
Atlanta
Orleans,
lost.
Charles. Be careful.
Jesus.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta lost, and Carolina got a 2-game victory. Granted, I understand who they played against.
I don't
But
care.
they're on a
won.
streak, and the
They
Saints.
won.
How did the two worst teams in the league win?
Because I guess they're not the two worst teams in the
Did
league.
you see the
That's what I was
smile
gonna
on
say.
Bryce
They must not be
Young's
the two worst
face?
teams.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's face. He goes, "I almost forgot what this winning shit is like."
I'm going to tell you something right now. I
Those
don't
2
think
years.
Carolina is the worst football team in the
No.
NFL.
No, that's the Dallas Cowboys.
I was just gonna say, man.
Dallas, as of right now,
Dallas.
Dallas might be the worst.
Their quarterback fumbled twice and threw for 75 yards.
Well, the line threw 4 interceptions and
He,
barely won.
he threw for 45 yards.
Oh, 45 yards. I'm sorry.
My
Was he
lord.
45
sacked?
yards.
He had 30 yards
When
of
I
sacks.
tell you- As much as I love the Jets and Aaron Rodgers lose and just not play great, the amount of just delusion from Cowboys fans that still think they got a chance.
Oh,
is
when
just-
the Texans ended up losing to Detroit, and I don't know how you do it, whatever. The Texans are not a good football team.
Well, that
But-
defense is good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Listen, but that also goes
No,
back
no.
to Trevor Lawrence throwing them 4 picks against the Chargers in the playoffs. How do you allow a quarterback to throw that many interceptions and you still lose?
Just get no points off of them.
Here's
And then
the
on
thing.
top of that, you scored 0 points
Just
in the
terrible.
second half. What the hell?
Even Malik Willis fucking scored points.
Like,
on
how do
that
you not
Lions
score
defense.
anything in the second half?
I don't know what to tell you.
And
Right?
here's the thing: they loaded that Texans offense in the offseason.
Yeah.
Arguably,
them
And then
people-
everybody got
lots of
hurt.
pieces.
Yeah.
And then
Well-
you tease Nico coming back and you bench him.
All them people who put all that money on CJ to be MVP.
But it's just crazy that how bad they've in the last 4 games they've just
Idiots.
terrible.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
they-
terrible.
It's
I
the
wonder if it-
sophomore
I wonder if
slump.
his-
Like,
Well,
Is
it-
it?
I-
Is it
well,
the
his-
sophomore slump.
We had
Or is he
mentioned
just
this-
not that good.
We had mentioned this on the show a couple weeks ago. That he's at a 92% blitz rating right now, bro. That's the book on CJ. Just blitz the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
It's
And-
wild.
And he doesn't have Nico or
Well,
Diggs.
that was the thing. They were afraid of the deep ball, the weapons, and then, like you said, they get the ammo on him. Like you said, is it
Right.
sophomore slump or is it they
Yeah.
figured him out? They figure out what gets in his head, like what rattles. him.
Well,
And
see,
you're not
now
going to get over that as a quarterback.
Probably
it's always going
not.
to be your mo.
probably not, but in CJ's
that's
case with this team,
That's not necessarily true. If you look at Jalen Hurts last year against the blitz, he was like 60% completion rate. This year, he's almost a 90% completion rate against the blitz. He has
We'll
one
talk-
interception against the blitz.
we'll talk about
You
that.
know-
I think that's the Kellen Moore effect. We'll
On top of that, Jordan Love technically is on his sophomore year. Is
Yeah.
he having a slump or is he having a decent year? Especially coming off getting that big
If-
extension.
I think
If
he's
he
having
was
a,
healthy,
I think he's having a
Arguably.
reason
Is he
to
paying
post
to
it.
first
his
week,
contract? Is he
Yeah.
playing to his contract?
considering how injured he's been, I'd say yeah.
Second in the league with missing 2 games, and
Yeah, I mean, you would
touchdowns.
like to see less interceptions, but
yeah,
arguably 3 or 4 of those interceptions, the receiver needs to catch the ball.
Right.
2 of them
were 2 of the pick sixes
fucking
were
terrible.
desperation.
That's when I on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're second year mistakes. You know,
absolutely.
it's like it's Caleb Williams' problem right now, not throwing the ball away. Right, holding the ball for 5 seconds is ridiculous,
Yeah.
and for some reason the kid just can't figure out that he's not the greatest athlete on the field anymore. It makes no
Well, that
sense.
and he has to understand that in order to be able to hold the ball for 3.5 seconds or more, you have to have an offensive line that's actually capable of handling blitzes and dealing with edge
Yeah.
rushers.
Yeah, 'cause
Chicago
even-
can't do
all of
that.
that.
Even if I can pin 3 to 5 of those sacks on Caleb holding the ball too long, he still got sacked 9 fucking times. So you're talking
Yeah.
4 to 6 are on that offensive line. That's too much.
Yep, it's
If-
crazy.
If he's in a realm where he's sacked 4 times and 3 of them are because you held the ball too long, like that's a different story.
I think the thing with Caleb Williams that pisses me off, especially when talking about him holding on to the ball, because that was the same excuse that we all had about Justin Fields. The only thing that I can say that separates in that realm
Yeah.
as a passer, I think Caleb is better as a passer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's not by I'm not saying.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
However, athletic wise, Justin Fields was able to keep the play open, even though sometimes, hey guy.
Well, he's had 3 years of practice running for his life.
yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
in that aspect, I feel like
6 or
Justin,
7.
6 or 7, yeah.
if we're gonna do what we're doing now with Caleb, we might as well just stuck with Justin Fields
Yeah.
because we probably be getting the same fucking result.
No, you probably get a better result because Justin Fields is a big dude.
And on top of that, he had a better rapport with his receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually
other-
getting the ball to DJ.
And DJ Moore had a career. You're gonna tell me that Justin Fields wasn't it, but DJ Moore had a career year?
By the end of the year, DJ Moore was dropping 20 to 30 fantasy points every game. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Well,
don't
exactly
lose
that
faith
Justin
in your
Fields didn't
quarterback
have.
after 1 season, though. That don't fall into what the Bears are used
The
to doing.
Anthony
Don't
Richardson
give
trap?
up on them. Yeah.
Well, the
The other
big
thing,
difference
too, is-
between Caleb and Anthony Richardson is
Just say
Caleb was
one name,
actually
Peyton Manning.
accurate and played more than 12 fucking games.
Yeah. But the other thing too is I think Caleb is starting to realize, like a lot of young quarterbacks, because look, Caleb's talent, he's got the legs, but I think he's starting to realize that just because these fucking D linemen are 320 pounds don't mean they're not fucking closing on you like that.
Oh, God.
These fucking linemen are killing
Well,
you right now.
The 2 things, or the one thing that, one of the things I noticed that takes the longest for first and second year quarterbacks to figure out is to
Speed?
stop trying to make a play. If
Yeah.
the play isn't there, it could be
Throw the
there
ball
on the
away.
next one. You have to start throwing it away. And in Caleb's defense, I'm assuming, and this is something that the offensive coordinator should have recognized, and I 110% blame Ryan fucking Poles, but Roma Dunze and Caleb Williams have a relationship that is causing Caleb Williams to fail. I mentioned this at the very beginning. I said that him looking for Rome is going to fuck him. Rome is the third option, so he looks DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome, and by the time he gets to Rome, he's fucking sacked.
Not just that, you got Cole Kmet out here.
There's no chemistry between
It's
them.
like you have one of the
I even
top
think
10
that.
tight ends in the league in Cole Kmet, and you're just overlooking this big
Well,
monster
Cole
that can
Kmet was
catch.
open two at least.
And
Yeah.
then you have Swift.
From the outside
can
looking in,
catch.
it appears, you know.
Trust me, I'm watching
Paul,
it
they
every
have
week.
completely abandoned.
You gotta, yeah.
They
go
abandoned
ahead.
the run
Sorry.
way too early, and then started putting in Caleb's hands, and then it just goes downhill. From
You
there.
want to know the play that irritates me the most that I've watched over the last 2 to 3 years, which I don't understand, because it 90% of the time it never works. This screenplay to DJ Moore, they know it's coming.
They're trying to run the same one that like Kansas City runs. Are you talking about
They
that
see
screenplay?
it coming a mile away
Yeah.
every week, and it's just like,
The only reason it works.
why
in
do
KC
you
is
keep
because they have a
going to
great
this
offense.
play?
It's because they use the problem with Chicago and like Dallas's
The wide
screenplays. Like I was
receivers don't
watching,
block. Yeah.
not just that, is their fucking motions are easy to follow. They're not doing a two-guy
not fooling
motion, or
anybody.
they're not doing a back and forth motion. It literally is the guy who's getting a screen is motioning out wide, and then the quarterback is turning directly to that guy. There's no progression. We know where he wants to go with the ball, but there's no looking down the
And he
field.
loses
You
Probably
hit
worse
5
with a
yards
rookie
every
quarterback, too,
single
is probably
time. You're
more
losing
predictable.
5 yards every single time, and then we start
It's
off
the same
second and
thing.
15.
It's the same thing. The Bengals did this against Philly on a 4th and 1. Joe Burrow throws it to Jamar Chase 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Cooper DeJean makes the play. That's damn near the ball game. Like you can't, like, yes, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, these guys are talented. But if you're not going to disguise what you're doing, if you're going to telegraph your motion, and your motion guy is the one who's getting the ball, like, defenses are going to eat you up, especially defenses that have defensive backs that are quick. Like, you can't get away with this shit anymore. These
It's
DBs are
frustrating.
skilled.
Right.
And now we got Thomas Brown as our new offensive play caller.
And
And-
what was
I
his
don't know who that is.
position? What was his
He-
position before this?
He was the
Water boy.
I was gonna
No,
say,
he was passing game coordinator. So you're telling me the same fucker
the same guy that's been working with Caleb is working.
is gonna
with
now
Caleb.
call the same damn plays?
Paul, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't
Not really
understand
that
with
sorry,
these.
but I'm sorry.
I don't understand with these OCs. It just seems like they're playing against what Caleb does right. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, again, is athletic, but you can't expect him to just take
We are not
87
winning
sacks a
single
game.
I see
for
it
the
the other
remainder
way.
of the year.
This
All
is a
right,
Caleb
Charles,
thing.
what-
We're not winning a single game the rest of the year.
No, this is a Caleb thing.
It's
He's
over.
lost confidence in his offensive line.
I've lost confidence.
Which
in
him
the
and-
whole
him and-
organization.
If you watch
Him
him
and-
in college, you see this. He goes through these slumps.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah, him and DJ Moore, they are not
Paul,
friends.
They're not connected in any way.
No.
Keenan Allen is not helping.
Keenan
in
Allen wants no.
any-
doesn't want
Rome
to-
is just
Yeah, but he's a
not-
veteran player. You ain't gonna hear shit from
What is
Keenan.
their best play? You think is it like an out to Cole Kmet, like between that 8 to
They're-
12-yard?
No, I,
they're not utilizing the run game properly with DeAndre
There
Swift.
should. I was about to say, DeAndre Swift is by far the most underutilized running back
Yeah.
in the
It
league.
makes
He
no
busted.
don't
He
use him at
did
all.
that.
I
Did
mean,
he
you're
do like a
talking play
45?
action and short to intermediate passes?
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
Caleb Williams should be doing.
Don't
And
Period.
didn't Swift a couple of weeks ago just bust off like a 55 or 60-yard house
Yeah,
call?
like-
I believe
like-
so.
Does
Two
he have
option-
a slow start? Yes.
Two
But at
option
the-
screen
But
passes,
he is. You got to give this man the rock.
one
Stop
disguised, one
giving
fed.
up.
It's pretty simple. You just
The
gotta
kid is so
execute.
Like,
That's another problem, though. The Bears aren't executing.
yeah.
We can't. We could sit. You can blame the coaches all you want, but the coaches
And
can
players
still
aren't
execute.
yeah.
The routes aren't being ran.
That the Bears have, and nobody
Players aren't
convinced
getting
me
open.
otherwise. That they're so focused on defense every single year that they just throw the offense to the wayside.
People
And
aren't
it's
blocking.
like can we get with the rest of the league?
See,
They're
how'd you
trying
guys
to
win
do
your
something
Super Bowl? Hold on, though. How'd you guys win your Super Bowl?
What, like
Defense.
30, 40 years ago?
Well, however long it was.
With defense.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's why.
we're
That's
not
why.
there anymore.
I know, but that's a
Well,
Bears
That's what
thing.
I'm saying. We need to catch up with the
you
rest
gotta
of the
remember
league.
The Bears
in an
have never
offensive
really had an
friendly league.
explosive offense.
You guys have never had a 4,000-yard passer, and we're not just making fun of the last 10
No,
seasons.
This is a fact. We're literally the only fucking team.
Your entire MO as a Bear has been
The whole
defense.
organization's always been
I'm
defensive.
fucking sick of it.
And why
Yeah,
who are you a
they
fan
gotta-
of now for the rest of the year?
So next year, I am
Bears, you
now
don't
a
think
Detroit Lions
quarterback,
fan.
do you?
You're about to see
you
some
think
good
of
offense.
And you think of Gale Sayers.
Because I can't do
These
this
guys
shit
are
anymore.
running backs.
Like I do this
linebacker.
anymore. Like this is frustrating to watch. Every year it's just, every week. For the last 10 years, it's the same stupid shit.
Okay, you say so. Let's put this what if out there. You guys fire Matt Eberflus. Obviously, the entire staff is gone. There's nobody on your staff worth
Throw
retaining.
it all away
I was gonna say
Who-
hypotheticals is
and take
not-
Ryan Poles with you.
Who do you think? Chicago? Your owners, the McCaskies, right?
Yeah.
Who did the McCaskies go after?
Probably another defensive coach because that's what they've been doing for the last 80
Who's
years.
who's the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator there?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Glenn? I'm thinking Glenn.
Aaron Glenn.
Glenn Andre or something
Aaron
like
Glenn.
that.
Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
New
I'm
England
tired of
Patriots.
defensive-minded head coaches. For
Because you guys,
I'm tired.
y'all
Aaron
gotta,
Glenn is-
y'all
Aaron
gotta
Glenn is
have.
not somebody. I don't think he's that defensive. I think he would be a good offensive
I
coordinator.
think so too. So then you would probably
Y'all-
pull
Usually,
You could do-
DBs and D linemen make pretty good offense
Because
they
other
know
than-
how the offense runs.
because Ben Johnson isn't going to the Bears. He's going to end up.
No.
Ben
that dream
Johnson is getting
gone.
a head coaching job, so
Yeah,
we're not
he's
going to be in
gonna-
the same division.
No, he's going to be
No way.
paid a buttload of money by Jacksonville or
Dallas.
Dallas.
Giants.
Maybe. Wow, I don't know.
I'm not going there.
Money
Yeah,
talks,
but you
and
don't
that's your
think
first
John-
opportunity.
I was going to say, if it is a money thing and New York puts the. Yep. I
And
agree,
the
I agree.
Maras,
You know, I'm a big
play
money
their,
man, bro. I'm a big money man.
We
bro.
are, yeah.
and pay their coaches really well. So,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I can
what
even see
about
New
like
Orleans
somebody
leaving.
like? What about somebody like a
Just
a
a quick
Todd-
pause.
Todd-
I think Glenn deserves more money than Ben, but regardless.
what about somebody like
I
from
got
the Ravens OC, Todd Monken, I think is his name.
It's Monken, yeah.
That would be an interesting head coach for the Bears.
You might be able to pull him away.
You know
with the
what?
head
Let's just
coach
hire a
title,
special
but
teams coach. That seems to work.
let's see. You can have ours. We'll train you.
The weakest part of the Green Bay triangle, the special
Oh
teams.
man,
Does Robert Saleh go to Chicago?
Oh, maybe
Oh,
why he's in-
God.
maybe that's why he's in Green Bay.
Hey, Robert.
Oh,
listen,
God.
Robert had the Jets playing mediocre, and apparently that's really good on other teams.
Did you see the Mark Sanchez meme? And then they had that he was 6-4 through 10 games, and
Yep.
Rodgers is like the
Listen,
worst Jets quarterback in like a
Listen, did
decade.
you see the
dude.
picture I sent? Patty Wilson in
Even
the
the
first 10
Milf Hunter had a
games
better
2 years
record.
ago had a better record than Aaron Rodgers.
This
does
is
right
all
now.
with Robert too.
The old
In that
little
picture you
motherfucker
said.
had a
I'm
better-
just saying.
So I'm like, is Robert Saleh the issue, or is it Aaron Rodgers?
It's
all
not.
know.
It
Oh
is not.
no,
It's
it's definitely Aaron Rodgers.
It's been the problem. Dude. Fuck it.
It's not even trying.
Even
Charles
through the
can't
good
even
times, he
laugh
was always
about
the
it.
problem.
He's trying to bite his own tongue because
Oh,
he just
man.
wants to say he sucks. Yeah,
It
is what it is.
he won his Super
Fuck
Bowl.
around and
He won his
Aaron
Super
Rodgers
Bowl,
is
got
going
a
to be in
handful of
Minnesota
MVPs.
next year.
Yeah, of course he is. He's one dick pic and a trade away, bro.
Yeah, and stealing fucking welfare
And he's
money
got
from
a
some
way-
poor
he's
southern
got a-
fucking state.
Allegedly, he's got a way. He's got a way better excuse than old Favre does. Dude's like, oh, I took too much ayahuasca, sent my dick out. Right?
That's gonna be it too, Paul. You just said that, but Mike's he's one dick pick away, and you're like, yeah, he's gonna get the wrong ayahuasca dealer, and he's gonna send that unsolicited dick pic out.
All I know is, as of what's today? Today
Does
is
he play another season?
Who? Rodgers?
Yeah.
Not
Just
New
walk
York.
away.
Is
Save everybody.
Devontae still playing for New York? Or is it? Oh, it's past the trade deadline. Yeah, he's screwed no matter what.
Devontae's all they did was assume his contract, and he's a free agent next year anyway, so he won't be back in New York either.
Isn't
You
there
know
some
what?
weird
You
NFL
say that,
thing?
but I put $10 that he re-signs with the Jets.
What,
You think
does?
Devontae Adams
Devontae
is
Adams
going
is
to
that dumb enough
If anybody
to re-sign with the Jets
Yeah.
if anybody
yeah.
resigns
on a
it's gonna be
2-year
like,
deal?
I'm not dumb enough to take that $10 bet.
I feel like
crazy.
he's that stupid.
Yeah, Aaron
I
Rodgers
mean,
like,
he-
we could
he
run this
might
back
be.
one more year. What were you saying, Patrick?
No, I was gonna say there's no way I would take that bet either. No way.
Yeah. No.
he might
that
be.
He listen. If you're dumb enough to
He's
choose
dumb
the
enough to
Jets
leave.
over the Chiefs because you want to go play with your best friend, you're dumb enough to stay there for another 2 years.
That's so crazy to me, dude. He
Hold
could
on,
have
time
won a
out.
fucking Super
Hold
Bowl.
on.
Go ahead.
Time out.
Go ahead. Go
Now
ahead.
I got to play devil's advocate.
Uh-huh.
The Raiders aren't the Bills in every
True.
way, shape, or form. So maybe the Raiders just weren't willing to make that trade, and Devontae had to take a connecting flight.
Maybe that.
And he plays 1 year with his bestie and gets to say
City.
goodbye, and then books it to fuck Kansas City next year.
Kansas City, I could even see him going to Pittsburgh
Or Baltimore.
or Baltimore. Yeah.
I'm just
Jesus
saying.
Christ,
that
Lamar
dumbass is
Jackson
staying
throwing
in
a
New
fucking
York.
Devontae Adams.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Who would have?
I take it back. You're right.
Dude
He's
has a
not
Taco
staying with
Bell.
me.
Dude has a Taco Bell
He's
in
not
his
staying
house.
in New York. He's staying in Rutherford, New Jersey. That's where he's staying.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to go
The
play
New
with
Jersey
somebody who's got
Packers.
13 shitters in their house.
Because there's no way you
Not
can
going to
convince
Pittsburgh.
me that this was the best idea that came across your mind before the
Well,
trade
they were
deadline.
gonna beat the Cardinals. I've been telling everyone all year, Cardinals are a good football team.
I think the Cardinals are better than I can
The
personally
Cardinals are
attest.
surprisingly good right now.
They're way better than I thought they were going to be.
You say, Charles, touche.
Listen, I just said
I
they're a
d-
playoff team. They're doing better.
Yeah,
than
I think they're going to be a first-round exit out of the playoffs, but they're definitely a playoff team.
My NFC East
they might
picks
end
are
up with a
still
home
solid.
game. I don't-
My NFC East picks are still solid.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Till
solid.
Thursday night.
I said playoffs. I didn't say division champs.
Oh.
I said playoffs.
Next
And
year
that
we're
the
gonna have to
Cowboys
start being
would
more
miss the
specific.
playoffs.
Yeah, next year we're gonna have to start being more specific.
I
Yeah.
said that they would make the playoffs and the Dallas Cowboys would miss. And right now, that's coming to be real true right now.
I don't think
Coach
I don't think it
Prime to
matters
the
what-
Cowboys.
It's not happening. It's not fucking happening.
Coach
Don't-
Prime.
Don't say
to the
don't.
Cowboys.
Not going to happen because it's entirely possible.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna keep
100% possible.
Coach Prime to the Cowboys.
And then guess what? Guess who's gone next year?
Mike's
they're
gone
both
no
gone.
matter
Dak-
what.
Oh,
Dak
Mike's
will
gone.
medically retire.
So if they trade Dak, it's $100 million dead
What
cap
did
hit.
I say?
But there's one
At the
team
beginning
that's
of the
dumb
year.
enough to
My.
do it, and Dallas will be the
What
team.
did I
Oh,
say
yeah.
at the
Hey.
beginning of the school?
Yeah.
Hey.
Beginning of the year, I said 9 times out of 10, Dallas is going to tank and they're going to trade Dak so they could draft Shador Sanders with the first overall pick.
And they're going
who's
to trade
gonna-
him to the
Oh, I don't think
Carolina
they're intentionally
Panthers.
tanking.
That or the Raiders.
Oh, that's funny.
The Panthers or the Raiders?
Either way, whoever has the first overall pick 9 times out of 10,
I
you're
think the
getting Dak.
Raiders. I think the Raiders will be high enough in the draft. I don't know if Carolina will be now that they're winning.
Yeah, Carolina's
Right now,
got
New
2 in a
York,
row.
the Giants have the number 1 pick right now as it stands this week.
The Giants.
Dallas
need
gotta
a
have, like, number
quarterback,
3.
though. The Giants need a quarterback, so I do not see. New
But I
York
could see the Giants going for
trading him.
Cam Ward.
You got Cam
Yeah.
Ward. You
I
got
could see them that or
I
back.
don't know if I would take
Jackson
Cam Ward
Dart.
over-
I don't think New York is going to pick Shador.
Is
'Cause
Texas?
that New York.
Your boy
Nobody
Quinn
thought
coming
New
out?
York would let
Quinn is coming
Saquon
out,
leave.
but I think Quinn Ewers is probably like between 10 and 15.
Second.
Dumb.
Oh,
If he doesn't
They're
make
that
it, if Quinn Ewers doesn't land within the 10 to 15, he's a 2nd-round pick.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
The sad thing is that guy.
Uh,
Quinn Ewers
unless some
dropped on
random
everybody's
team at
board
number
just
8
because of
drafts a
one
quarterback
game.
again.
Yeah,
I'm
unless we
gonna-
have another Atlanta this year, then pulls out a.
I'm going to
Phoenix
stand
pick.
firmly on the toes of if this is not your final year of eligibility, then you do not go to the NFL draft. and you fucking go back to college.
There's too many quarterbacks in this draft. There's 7 of them.
It's
I'm like,
the NFL
and only
is-
like
Heavy.
the NFL
and only
is a
3 of them
developmental
are worth
league
shit.
anymore. Yeah, the
Listen,
NFL
yeah,
is
that
not a
tight end
developmental
Miami
league
can
anymore.
be
You're
in
a
school
junior,
for
don't
10
go. You're gonna
years.
sit for 3-4 years.
I'm pretty sure one of you fucking quarterbacks will figure out a way to get another year eligibility.
The only quarterback in this entire draft that, regardless if he would, there's no way he'd play as a senior, and that's
Who?
Shedeur Sanders. Everybody, all
Yeah.
these other quarterbacks, if they
I
were
thought he
juniors,
is a senior though
they
already.
would.
I think
Shedeur?
he's a junior.
He's a junior.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played 2 years or 1 year at
He played
Jackson.
2 years
Jackson.
at Jackson State.
I think he played 1. He redshirted, didn't he? I
don't know, I'm
thought
about
he
to
only
find
played
out.
1 year. I don't think he's a senior because he
He's a
wasn't
senior.
invited to the
He's a senior because Travis Hunter's a class below him.
Okay.
Because Travis Hunter's a junior. Shedeur is because he played 2 years at Jackson State, and then these last 2 years at Colorado.
Nobody ever talks to him about nobody talks about him as a senior though.
That boy's a senior,
Nah. He'll come out. He'll be
and
the
he
number
wasn't
one
redshirted
pick.
either.
He got freaking busted the other day for wearing his own company clothing on the field.
That's-
They made him take it off. Yeah, he was
Aren't they all
representing-
sponsored by Nike? You have to wear like Nike branded clothing or whatever.
I think
no idea.
I don't think you're allowed to cover up your teams when you're doing warm-ups. You're not allowed to wear.
He does have a Nike deal.
Yeah.
Is that just at the collegiate level? Because
No, he has
at
an
the
NIL
NFL
deal.
level, they wear whatever the fuck they want.
I think
Yeah.
his brand is Nike, but I think also Colorado is Nike, so it won't interfere.
It's soliciting to say there's the soliciting rule. The NCAA's got rules against advertising the shit.
Fuck the NCAA and FIFA. Same
But yet
same
they
people.
let that Ohio State wide receiver wear an Apple Watch while he was playing. No,
This fool got a
Charles
song
is
now.
like smiling. Yeah, they let that one bend a little bit, huh?
That's crazy.
Shedeur got a song out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's got
Of course
lots
he
of
does.
them.
0.6 million streams.
Of course
Did you see the 2 NFL coaches that had cell phones on the sidelines get busted this past week?
What?
Who?
Yeah, I'll find the photo and then I'll bring it up to you guys. I'll show you.
Huh.
That's yeah. I was about to say that's got to be illegal.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Steelers Commanders game was probably the best game of the day, right?
I would
Absolutely.
think so. The most frustrating one was probably Denver and Kansas City, because Kansas City again.
Man, that was
Could
such
have
a
lost.
good game, though.
Yeah,
but
the game was fantastic.
listen, we could say
That-
that all we want about Kansas City, but I'm the person saying the same damn thing about Detroit. They should have lost.
How about them 2 field goals by Bates though?
Yeah, that was
Them
badass.
field goals probably made anybody's asshole
I watched
clench real
that kid.
fast.
I watched that kid kick in the fucking UFL, man. The dude's a dog.
But to be that close to the damn goalpost,
And
Yeah.
not Cody Parkey yourself, yeah.
yeah.
and not once, but twice.
I don't think he's missed yet this season, bro.
And they were what
And didn't-
50 plus?
58,
Yeah.
53 or something like that.
That's just somebody
Cojones.
being really good with Photoshop. This was last year or 2018, and they photoshopped it into a Dallas Cowboys game.
That's
The guy was holding the thing just perfect enough where they put a tablet in his hand and had a cell phone in the other hand.
that's hilarious.
My bad.
Photoshop is real.
I get caught on the internet with shit. That's that sports key to you. got to stay away from that.
Dude,
phone. That's not
I-
They
good.
be getting you, man.
That's fake shit, man. It's fake
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You get hooked into that shit every now and then too.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
crap. And then you share it and then you realize, wait, that didn't sound right.
That's not real. Yeah, that's not real.
Sports.
they take
I only
something
go
that's
there for
kinda
wrestling
true.
news.
They take stuff that's kind of true and then they twist it to the point where it's like completely like The Onion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people believe it. And they're
They was like, hey, what's your source? Wikipedia. That's not
Yeah.
a source.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that Washington game was
That was good. That was a good
it was
game.
from second one to the ending was great. Johnny Newton is gonna get his ass whipped by his teammates.
Nobody did any of us have Pittsburgh this good?
No, I in
season
fact
one?
had them
No.
picking in the top 5 of the draft.
Me too.
I don't think any of us had them.
Well, we all thought they had a quarterback dilemma
Well,
and
We knew
And
the
plus
defense
without
was good, but
Cincinnati-
we didn't think offensively, they'd be hitting like this with Russell Wilson, especially because
Well,
he sat, what, 4 games or
You
6?
get Pickens, somebody to throw on the ball, and he became a big weapon.
and we all had Cincinnati as being better than they are.
Cincinnati arguably is with that offense is top 5 in the NFL.
That defense is
and
letting
that
it down.
offensive line are quite possibly the worst and the second worst in the NFL, behind the Bears.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Because we ate Joe Burrow up, like we destroyed
And
that
he's
dude.
having a good year
I'll
statistically.
tell you something. I don't really like Joe Burrow. Like, I guess I don't like him I like him as a player, but as a person, I just really could care less whether or not what he does. But that dude is a tough son of a bitch. He
Dude,
gets his
considering
ass
the
kicked
injuries
every game. Yeah.
and the injuries he's had to come back from, and yeah, the dude, I'm an LSU guy, so Joe Burrow, I root for him all the time. Like that 2019 season, he should never ever have to buy anything in Louisiana for the rest of his life.
No.
That dude
He
is
definitely
set
is not gonna have to
for
buy
fucking
cigars
life
anymore the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Joe Burrow's having a better statistical year than he was, but that his offensive line is still absolute fucking garbage.
Terrible.
And his defensive line gets no pass rush. There's no pass rush. Like, even if their cornerbacks played okay against us, but they couldn't even get coverage sacks. Like, it was bad. Like, O-line, D-line, and in this league, you have to have the trenches. You have to have talent in the trenches. If you don't, you're fucked. And Cincinnati, unfortunately, doesn't have talent. They have Hendrickson, but when he went against Philly, our backup left tackle held his ass in check. No pressures, no hits.
I'm trying to find something.
So-
I got a question. Hold on a second, though. Wait for it to come up.
That's crazy. So, did Jamar? Oh, yeah, he took the receiving lead.
Yes.
Big time. Oh, boy.
Yep, with his annual 50-point game.
Yeah.
I have a question. So these are the top 5 teams in the NFL draft as of right now, moving in, if it were to be over right now.
Yep.
Jacksonville, the Giants, Titans, Cleveland, Vegas. Which of those 5 teams would trade for Dak?
Vegas. But the thing is, every one of those teams needs a quarterback. So that question is
But
literally
Dallas-
loaded.
Look, Dallas, Jerry Jones is not taking
Cleveland-
Who can afford to pay for Dak?
Cleveland can't do that because they can't afford to do that right now.
Jerry Jones isn't taking $100 million
Jacksonville
dead
can't.
cap hit either.
Dallas can't afford it anyways.
No,
They
dude.
gotta
Well,
get
which
rid of him
story
because they gotta
purposes?
pay him.
Jacksonville can't
Yeah,
do
I mean,
it.
They just can't.
No, they just can't afford to get rid of him now. They'd have to
Yeah.
wait at least 2 years, probably.
Yeah, because
Dude, yeah, 'cause
$100
if you-
million dead cap hit.
Well,
we
yeah,
yeah.
saw,
Even
we
if they
their,
get rid of him, they're still paying him next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
But
And
the
he's-
question is,
he's-
does Jerry
and-
care?
coupling
He's
that
like-
with a top 5 draft pick
Gotta
salary.
care.
I don't think you can,
No.
because you still got to pay Micah, and you've only got $24 million in cap right now.
Micah's-
So
Micah's gone.
I'm just saying, you got $24 million cap right now. If you trade, you're $76 million in the hole. You getting rid of your whole fucking team.
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
signing anyone.
Because that goddamn that cap hit you take is literally like 48% of your entire salary cap. It would be dead money.
It's crazy how much money they're paying him next year. It's if you think
Can we
about how
talk
many
about-
players you could get for what they're paying for the dead cap hit for Dak. Somebody put a list out there of all the players' salaries, and there's 4 Pro Bowlers you could get for as much money as they're paying for the cap hit for Dak.
Even with
That's
that,
yeah.
game changing.
there's
That's
nobody in a
crazy.
more worse situation than the New Orleans Saints.
It's $64 million negative.
$62 million in
62.
cap space. That's what you got. Negative 62 million. And the closest one after that is the Browns in -8. And then after that, it's $42,000, I think, for the Bills. Sir, ma'am, whoever is running that organization, what are y'all doing?
You know where that came
Negative
from, right?
62. How do you
Negative
fucking-
$62 million in cap space. You can't
How do
even
you
buy.
clean-
You can't. Listen, you can't hire.
How do you
a
clean that
janitor.
up?
How did it happen?
You blow
I
that
believe
shit
it
up.
happened from expiring contracts and having to pay players that
Derek Carr, Alvin
Yeah.
Kamara, Taysom Hill,
They
Cameron
overpaid a
Jordan.
lot of
They
these guys.
overpaid Hill so bad to
Yeah.
keep him. He was going to go.
And what have you done for me lately?
And I believe
Nothing.
their quarterback
Hey,
hit-
he had a 48-yard touchdown that was called
let's
back
look
on a
at-
holding penalty.
Let's look into this. This is very interesting how you brought this up, Paul.
$62
Why
million
are they so
in the
much
hole. That is insane.
I'm trying to think what you do to clean
You
that
can't even
up.
repair.
Like,
You can't even repair your stadium.
bro, 62 million in the hole.
Oh my god!
And next year they're
Mickey
expecting the
Loomis,
salary cap to be like 275 million next year.
Mickey Loomis enters his 22nd season in his current position and 24th with the Saints.
Yeah.
Jesus
The dude's
Christ.
making like the veteran minimum, and it's $5 million, and he just won't go away.
$62 million in the hole.
Ryan Ramczyk, they're paying a right tackle. He's missed a bunch of games, so they're just
Who's
paying.
running your books,
Marshawn
Loomis.
Lattimore's $31.6 million.
sir? You should go to jail for the shit.
22 straight years, bro.
It looks like a lot of this is Kamara, like Taysom Hill.
I
They're,
guess
they're
the-
paying a lot of expiring contracts, like they're still paying them.
I guess the fans too. This is just normal for them. This is normal.
I would
Negative 62.
relocate my fandom to somewhere
this is
else.
the equivalent of a baseball team going all in for.
This
4
is a
years
black
and
hole.
having
It's like
5-6
Devontae's
seasons.
gonna go to the Saints. They can't afford toilet paper.
Yeah, it'd be like
Your hands.
Juan Soto signing with the Miami Marlins.
You got a one square penalty. It's you get in the shitter. You get one square.
And here's the thing: for the Bills to only have $42,000 is crazy, but to say that you're in the hole $62 million, like that's. How do you explain that in your books? I need
Bro.
everybody in accounting to just
And the-
come up and be like, "What happened?"
And for the Bills to be plus 42,000 with everything that happened to them this season,
Well, they had to
And they're
clean a
8 and
lot of
2.
shit out of their coverage.
8 and 2.
they picked up Cooper. Cooper isn't a dying contract. He'll be there next year too.
No, they had a garage sale at the end of the
But it's
season
like-
last year.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like you
CJ
would've
Stroud
thought
is
Buffalo-
missing the route running of Stephon Diggs. Let's be honest.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Oh, that
If
hurts
Stephon,
huge.
if
That
Stephon
hurts
was
huge.
there, yeah, CJ would be having a much better year.
Well, we expected them to have a better running game with Mixon and
Mixon is
Which they
a
do.
dog.
The one thing
The
I'll
O-line
point
is
out that the
healthy.
Lions did really well against the Texans is Joe Mixon did not beat them. And they
In
put
that
the
second
game,
half, he became non-existent in that second half.
they put the game in CJ's hands.
And that's
it-
the other
it
thing.
cost him.
I know you're seeing this man get stopped at the line time after time. I know that you got to open up the run, but maybe you need to open up the pass so that way the run can come back alive. But you're so
Yeah, but
dependent on this run, you gave up on CJ Stroud.
Yeah, but you can't run. You can't run.
Don't
You
play
can't
action
run.
that much.
But you can't run the run game through the pass game. It has to be the reverse. You have to use the run game to open up the pass game. The problem is
They didn't show up.
They didn't
that's
make
that
a fourth
second
quarter
half.
adjustment.
Yeah, the second half is they never came out of the locker room and said, "Okay, this is where the shortcomings are." Everything was the same. Run it down their throats, run it down, which Joe Mixon can do. But like the Detroit Lions have a fantastic defensive line, and you're telling me you're gonna do
that's
the
without
same shit
Hutchinson.
and become. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna become predictable, even without their star player. They're gonna eat you alive. Like you can't do that shit against good defenses.
So teams are getting healthy. Obviously, we saw CMC come back in a limited role. Obviously, we all assumed that he was only going to get the ball a few times.
Yeah.
Who was Ayuk
He
also
was out there
back?
82%.
No,
of
Ayuk
the
is done for
snaps.
the year.
He was out
Ayuk's
there, but
done.
he was also a decoy.
No, I was just
He was a
you're
decoy
right.
for
I
a
was
lot
just
of it.
I was just shocked that he was out there for
Well,
82% of the snaps.
yeah.
I
I
thought
mean,
he'd be more like 60.
Between him getting out there and then everybody talking about Tua just trying to concuss himself.
Sir,
What the hell
sir,
is that
what?
about?
Why are you trying to tackle somebody?
Why
Like,
are you
what are you
attacking somebody
thinking?
with your head? With your head, dude. Like you
You
went
got
down.
need in your helmet. Like you're trying to just die
He's
on the
trying to
field.
die, but I just don't think he's a smart
He's
football
trying to go
player.
brain dead.
Yeah.
I don't have the sympathy for Tua that I had before, just because
He's putting
you
himself
know
in
what
this
the risk
situation.
is, and yeah, exactly. You're doing the same dumb
I
bullshit.
get it. He was trying to make a tackle, but there was two other people standing straight up. We're going to make
And
the
why are you
tackle
putting your
before he
head down
was.
like that, knowing you have a history of concussions?
And knowing that's not how you tackle.
Well,
Head
speaking of
up.
concussions, he's not even leading the league right now. Apparently, Chris Olave's got 3 in the last year. He might be out for the entire season for the Saints.
Olave's done for the year.
He's got a second one in 3 weeks or something. Yeah.
All I know is
I think
Derek Carr better watch his back because Olave's brother's coming for his ass.
That's the thing. Did we all talk about this in the group chat? We brought this
He's
up.
coming for that man.
Is he the worst quarterback to leave a receiver open to get smacked? Like, he's the guy.
His brother was bad at that too.
You don't want to catch a pass from this guy because it's like risking life and limb.
Even Devontae Adams
His brother
was caught on the sideline going, I'm going to get killed.
Yeah.
And Devontae is quick.
And now you're just not going to play.
That's why
David
Devontae
Carr
was
was
always catching it by the sidelines.
David was just as bad as that at that with the Texans. Like all of his receivers, he would throw hospital balls all the time, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" Like
the only reason he didn't look like that in college is because they were Fresno State and they were playing terrible teams.
Mountain West.
So like the guys were wide open all the time, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I have
It's
to say
just-
to that?
Yeah.
Maybe you should pick up the check more often and I won't throw you a death ball.
true.
I'm not paying for shit.
I'm just saying.
That's-
We getting paid $40 million.
I'm
You better
just
pick up this
saying.
tab.
and bro, you got to remember too, if fucking Olave's brother doesn't get him, Michael Thomas is looking for that ass too.
Michael
Thomas-
Listen, Michael Thomas just needs to worry about his toe not getting turf toe.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Michael Thomas is going to stick that turf toe up his ass. That's what he's going to do. Apparently,
Sir, you're still on the couch somewhere. Calm down.
Yeah. But
You know who I can't believe is still not signed this deep into the season?
I know who
is
you're going to
fucking
say. I knew you were
Hunter
going to say
fucking
it.
Renfro. How the
Hunter
fuck
Renfro.
is Hunter Renfro not fucking signed? As many teams need a wide receiver.
I'm going to use in the
wasn't he
best
bad
words
last
that
year?
that Charles says.
Yeah. Oh, he's too small. No, okay, so this
But
is...
I like
this,
his hands and his route running, though.
Yeah, this is simple. It's a salary cap dance.
Is he an $8 million guy? Nobody
Well,
wants to pay that for a
More so...
mediocre receiver.
Okay, name a football team that's going to the playoffs. They're making it to the playoffs right now. Let's name the top 3.
You'd be-
Eagles.
You got Lions, Baltimore.
What was the question? Sorry, I got a text message.
Name the
KC.
top 3 teams going to the playoffs right now.
The Lions, KC, and Baltimore, probably.
Do they
Yeah.
need a wide receiver?
No.
Okay, let's name the next 3.
And Philly,
Philly,
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh.
Washington, probably.
Yeah. Does any of these need a wide receiver? Because now we're,
Washington needs a wide receiver
Washington
too.
could use one, but they don't need one.
They
right
don't need
now.
it.
right. And there's a chance Washington doesn't make the playoffs right now, correct?
No.
Yeah.
There's a
If they
chance.
don't make the playoffs.
Let's
There's
yeah.
a chance for everything.
Yeah, Listen. If they lose to Philadelphia, they're on a 3-game skid. Their schedule isn't getting easier.
I hear you.
So I'm just saying. There's okay.
Well,
So
yeah, but they would have to. They would only have to win 2 games.
is a wide
wins,
right?
yeah.
But is the wide receiver what's teetering on the edge for Washington right now?
No.
It's the health of
Nope.
their quarterback.
So
And their
what we're-
offensive line, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at is the rest of these teams that are going to make a push for the playoffs. We don't know what kind of push that's going to be until after Thanksgiving. And I don't want to pick up a contract if I don't have to.
Is he even a game changer at this point in his career?
Hunter Renfro?
Yeah.
Yes,
Was
absolutely.
he? What did he do last year? Why is he?
Well,
not
we
on
got to
the team?
remember the quarterback.
I think he had a 1,000-yard season last year, didn't he?
I thought the year before he might have.
I'm not sure.
Because
I know, I mean,
he
he's
basically
had-
took over all the target share when old boy went and got a DUI or whatever.
Yeah.
Commit. You
I
know
just
what I'm
think
talking about
the
the car
kid-
accident deal.
Especially if he's only going to be a wide receiver 3, like the kid would flourish in a wide receiver 3 role because
Well,
he
maybe
did
like
it
a-
in a wide receiver 1 role.
Like a
Kansas City would be a good match.
Oh, he hasn't had a good year since 21.
Oh, I thought he had a good year last year.
I'm just saying. Right now, it
255 yards.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You got to understand the quarterback situation, and
That's true. Las Vegas was shit.
It was
not
real
even
bad.
Devontae was getting touchdowns and yards. And then
Didn't they go to 3 quarterbacks last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had the Derek Carr, really the whole John Gruden situation and everything.
Yeah, there's that too.
But
Don't
you're not-
give that man a computer.
Just, I don't know, the way I look at it, if I'm in the front office, I'm not willing to pick up that contract yet. Because I don't know.
I can see that.
Because I don't know if I need it. Because are we going to ship the bed or are we going to make the push? And like you guys have all mentioned, Renfro isn't that piece that pushes you over the edge. It's that piece that helps you get to the finish line.
Yeah.
So is that just he might just be in what's his face there? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Julio Jones for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nobody's gonna pay
Yeah.
what he would be owed anyway. His
could be
base
What is he
salary-
owed?
His base. He signed a 2-year, $32 million contract. Went through 2024. His base salary that he rejected from the Raiders was $11.2 million. So he's like a $13 to $17 million receiver is what he thinks he's worth. So
Yeah.
he
said
is-
13?
Nobody's paying that right now.
Nobody's paying that.
Nobody's gonna pay that man
the
13.
production that he's going to provide. The only team that you could see that would have probably did it was KC, and you're talking Hopkins, Hopkins.
Well,
Ren
I mean-
Picking Hopkins every
Yeah,
time of the
you
week.
definitely go D-hop in that situation all day.
There's also the situation where not everybody is Devontae Adams and willing to go to just a terrible football team to
I was
play
gonna
with
say,
your best
Charles,
buddy.
the fact that Devontae didn't go to KC bummed all three of us out.
Yeah.
Plus you.
But if
Because it made the
if I'm-
most sense between that and Baltimore.
But
There's other
if I'm
people saying it too,
yeah, if I'm Hunter, I'm waiting for a contender to call, right? Like even like it's not a playoff hunt.
Even at that point in your year, if somebody pays you $3 million for the last 5 games of the season plus the playoffs,
You take it, yeah, and that it could be a mixture of that.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
could be a mixture
there's
of
that.
his camp and the fact that there's a lot of football now.
Charles said it. It's pre-Thanksgiving still.
Yeah,
It's
this
early.
where it's why I never understood why the fucking trade deadline was before Thanksgiving.
No, you think it would be
I don't get it
either the
either.
week before or the week of.
After?
I
Yeah,
would,
because
yeah,
Let
like
the
even
people have time with their families.
Mid-December,
and then
yeah.
send them off. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe you
Mid-December
Yeah,
seems
I don't get it.
mid-December seems perfect because look at Cincinnati, right? 2 weeks ago, Cincinnati's not making it to the playoffs. 3 weeks from now, especially with Cincinnati's schedule and with the way the AFC is going, Cincinnati might make it to the playoffs. You know, it's just it's way too early to do those fire sales, right? Because everyone thought Cincy was going to start trading the fucking farm. Man, if you had another 35 days to look at that window, it would have been a hell of a lot bigger of a farm. And I think you would get a better trade outlook in the NFL as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
By that time,
Maybe
teams
Devontae
are,
Adams
teams that
doesn't
aren't
go
gonna
to the
make it
gym.
aren't gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, if he could have foreseen these next 3 games,
Yeah,
You're
we
like,
did
nah,
the
never mind.
trade
Going
deadline was
somewhere
going
else.
to
last
Baltimore
week.
or Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson, bro. Can
That's
you
really
imagine
fucked
Devontae
up.
Adams with that deep ball?
Good God, no.
Mike Williams
Oh,
is the
shit.
one that's capitalizing off of that
Oh,
now.
yeah. What'd you say,
So
Patrick?
crazy.
I was gonna say the trade deadline was last week, 7 days ago.
Yeah.
last week. But the issue is like at that point, there's not even a lot of teams that were like completely out of the playoffs.
No, almost
No, so why
everyone
would
minus Carolina and the
why would you
Patriots.
start
and
cutting
Maybe like
Dallas.
a handful of teams still had a shot at trying to make
Yeah.
at least between the fifth and 7th spot.
Maybe that's why we didn't see as much movement as
That's a lot of hope.
we would. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. And you take on a salary for what? Because you're not gonna make up what you're spending in jersey sales, and nobody on the trade market realistic. Like even Myles Garrett isn't gonna put extra butts in seats, right? Like I'm not now. I'm
No.
like Green Bay gets Myles Garrett. I'm going to the football game to see Myles Garrett. It's Lambeau Field. I was gonna go regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I
Now, if
wasn't
you
gonna
would
go.
have traded for Miles Garrett in the offseason, that changes the perspective of everything.
I'm gonna
Now
get
it's
Yeah.
like,
jersey.
oh, crap, I got
Yeah.
17 games of Miles
Right.
Garrett.
No,
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
because they get to pump that into your freaking head. for
Absolutely.
a whole year,
But if you
so.
got 6 weeks left in the season, we know that it's just a rental.
Because you're never going to see Patrick Mahomes, right? Like that's the needle mover that
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 guy's
like
never
you
gonna be
see
KC, no.
in the rest of it. But you might end up seeing things like. Can you imagine if the trade deadline was more December last year? We may have seen Dak Prescott traded.
Yeah.
Can you
Very true.
imagine that?
CMC maybe doesn't go to the 49ers. It's just it does open up a lot of really cool conversations if you just add an extra 30, 35 days onto the trade
This is my
deadline.
thing. If you're going to extend the season, like they're still trying to add another week to the season, right? Let's just say that they do that. Let's say they add another week, and now we're having an 18-week season. Is it too far-fetched to move the trade deadline 3 or 4 weeks? Because
You almost have to.
You know what I'm saying? It would only make sense at this point.
They're just going to add another week for an extra bye week, more
the
or
thing
less,
is
is what they're doing.
They added a week and they took away a preseason game. They should have, like Charles said, they should have moved it to Thanksgiving week or after Thanksgiving.
I could
week
see
anyway.
that being a better feasible. Like you said, it gives me an extra 2 weeks to really realize, okay, is my team actually a playoff team, or is it time to just blow this thing up and just start over?
Don't you think Ladarius Sneed for the Titans? That would have been one hell of a piece. I know he's injured right now. It would have made it easier to trade him.
Even with
Hold on.
Kirk, if he
Hey,
would
guys.
Hello.
Especially you, Uncle Paul.
How you
See
doing,
his
sir?
tablet?
Oh, you're a smart man, but you're gonna be disappointed.
Get out of here.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't let
Yeah.
him go. Don't let him go down that road. Trust me, I've been here for 37 years. It's not been good. It's probably half the reason why I got half the problems I have.
Let
I
the
wouldn't even
anxiety.
say probably. All right.
I believe you. Seeing it from that aspect, Charles, I can see why moving the trade deadline would probably be beneficial for teams that are right there on the edge of, am I a playoff team or am I not a playoff team?
Yeah.
And especially teams that have been on that cusp for 3-4 years and can't get over that hump. Moving that trade deadline is okay. You know what? We're 4-8 and we're not going to make the playoffs. We got 2 weeks to figure this out to get as much as we can for next year's draft.
Right. I mean, it just. Oh, all right. The college football playoffs happening right now, or the top 25.
It just started.
Yeah, Army moved up one spot to 24. Go Army. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Army's getting the shaft in that deal.
LSU dropped
they get
7
shit.
spots.
So what, like 23?
22.
Jesus.
I'm just here for the Texas spot.
Yeah. Tulane,
3.
Army, Missouri, LSU, South Carolina. That's
I can see it's 3
21.
because Ohio State.
And are the
Miami
Ducks
and
still?
Georgia lost. The Ducks should stay at number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So while that's going on, 49ers Bucks game. Baker Mayfield probably had one of the greatest passes I've seen this season. With Joey Bosa hanging on his arm, 4th and 7, dude just looking at him like, bro, I've got to throw the ball. And Joey's don't. He's I got to, and he turns just tucks it, right?
Did you see everybody talking about, like, why did Joey Bosa not sack him? Literally was walking with him the entire way.
I got to throw it. Please don't.
Because at that point, he didn't want to
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You hope that's the conversation those two had.
You can let go of me or not, but I'm telling you, this ball's gone.
Yeah, it's 4th down, bro. I got no choice. I just wish you
And
would
then-
stop.
Stop touching me.
Oh, man.
You talk about a dude who's having a career resurgence. Baker is balling in Tampa.
It
Without
started.
his weapon.
It started with the Rams.
Yeah.
It
Sean
started
McVay
with
gave him
Sean
his
McVay.
confidence.
That one game.
No, it's the new environment. It was on a team that rallied around him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't in just a terrible situation.
Well,
I mean,
arguably,
yeah.
he had a terrible situation in Cleveland. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't gonna. There was nothing for him there.
Cleveland got exactly what they deserved with Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah. Johnny Manziel. Johnny
0
Manziel
hours
made
of game
himself-
tape. Oh, I guess the new thing this year is fans are calling in to the top radio show there in Cleveland. Fuck if I know what it is. I don't actually care. And giving Baker Mayfield stats, comparing them to Deshaun Watson. And
That's
like the
great.
radio hosts are losing their spit over it, bro. It's so funny. Louisville,
Hey.
Washington State, Colorado, Kansas State, Texas A&M.
Colorado went up 3. That's what's up. Good for them.
Let's go. BYU.
Colorado's
Kinda
what,
have
7 and 2
7
this year?
Yeah.
I'd like to
Bowl
see him in
eligible,
there.
baby.
Yeah, I'd like to see Colorado in the playoff because
There's
that's
a
what's
chance
gonna-
they can make the playoffs, though. That's the
yeah,
crazy
there's
thing.
a chance, but their defense is poo-poo.
Oh, it's not.
I hope they make it. At this point, I didn't
hope
think
they
they were going
make
to
it,
win
but
4 games.
I think
Now
their
I
only
hope
shot
they make it.
legitimately is being the Big 12 champion.
Oh, they're going to probably win the Big 12. Here's the kicker, though. The kicker is they're going to end up going up against an Alabama or a Georgia or freaking Texas even. They're not going to be able to score 56 points.
Alabama's playing like dog balls. Georgia's playing like dog balls.
But both of those teams are still light years ahead of Colorado.
Michigan's
Like, it
got a
don't even
chance.
matter.
Yeah, that's true.
A terrible Alabama team is still way better than freaking Colorado's best team they've ever had. It's all 5-star athletes. Like
That's heavy recruitment.
Yeah, they're playing bad, but they
Be
can
on the same
definitely
page.
turn it on if they need to.
Did you see it? Did you
What
see the
happened?
unicorn?
I
For
said
the
Michigan
chances
still
of
got.
Michigan.
I said Michigan still
Oh.
got a chance. We
Oh.
lost Paul immediately after. I
Oh,
said that.
because they were doing the top 5.
Yeah.
Fool said he
That's-
still got a
We
chance.
still got a chance, bro.
Yeah, at the Music City Bowl.
Okay, so Chargers
Hey.
smacked the Titans. Will
Oh,
Levis's
yeah.
first game back confirmed he is trash.
Yeah, we didn't need nobody to tell us that.
The Vikings
That's who I think is going
Jaguars.
after. I think
What's
the
it-
Titans are going after that quarterback from Miami.
Cam Ward?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something that's something as a front office guy you got to ask yourself too. Like especially the Dallas Cowboys. You've got Dak Prescott. Do you really want to enter that fucking quarterback carousel, right?
No.
Because
bad
Dak
as it's
Prescott
been,
is selling
yeah.
just as many jerseys as
Not
any
as much as
rookie you're
Caleb
bringing.
Williams. Caleb Williams number 2. Too bad he is number 2. Who?
I was about to say fuck him.
He took a number 2 right on his
I was
own
going to
jersey.
say, there's an assload of people that put money on C.J. Stroud to be the MVP. Also, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, yeah, he had the best.
Last
Yeah,
year,
it doesn't mean
Travis.
He's
Last
got a better
year,
shot than
Travis.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, last year Travis Kelsey, I think, was the number one.
Jersey seller, probably.
That's because
Hey.
What girlfriend is?
shacked up with T Swizzle. Yeah,
Charles,
yeah.
it was C.J. Stroud, freaking CMC, and I believe Patrick Mahomes and a couple other quarterbacks where Lamar was up there. You look at it, you're like, anybody that put money on those two guys, like, completely got fucked.
I wish
got
I owned a
fucked royally.
casino. I wish I owned a casino. That would have been so cool.
Thanks, we took your money. Congratulations, you lost.
Get the fuck out.
But the Jacksonville Vikings game. So my comeback player of the year is probably shot at this point. So
Who was your
almost
comeback
out.
player of the year?
Bradford there, or yeah, Darnold.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Captain
That was
Forehead.
a terrible game.
It-
Don't sugarcoat it.
They won without scoring an offensive moving touchdown. They kicked 4 field goals or what? 5 field goals? 5 field goals. Is it
Yeah.
15
That's-
to 7?
No, it's 12-7.
12-7, yeah.
A pick six. Yeah, pick six is. It's
Go ahead.
what's going on in Jacksonville.
Not shit.
Obviously, Minnesota is exactly who we thought they were. They're
Frauds.
just.
Yeah.
Did Urban Meyer ruin Jacksonville? They've been terrible.
I
since
think-
they've been terrible
They
since
That-
were in the playoffs with Dougie Boy there, right?
Peterson.
I don't
suppose
think-
he was okay, but
I think
Not right now.
the more important question is,
no.
did Urban Meyer ruin fucking Trevor Lawrence? Because this guy's ass,
He's
like bad.
he's not that bad. He's playing the best ball of his career right now.
Uh-huh. So is
He's
Joe
just-
Burrows.
He's just not a. He just doesn't have a good team.
Yeah, it's just. I get what you're saying, Mike. You and I agree on this often, but statistically, and he'd have way more touchdowns if the wide receivers just caught the fucking ball. There's.
Or they could get any separation. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
you're
true.
talking
yeah.
about the 4 that were dropped against
Well,
the
just
Bears.
those 4 specifically, yeah. Then you can
Yeah.
move forward a
A
couple
win is
other
a
weeks.
win. A win is a win. We still suck though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a thing that goes around that says if you keep smelling shit, look at your boots.
Georgia's on the first team out.
Yeah, that makes
First team
sense.
out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they,
who
they
lost it?
lost their third game.
Yeah.
No, they lost 2 games, but they lost 2 games that were just.
Blowout.
Terrible.
So you had Boise State at 12, Notre
Yeah, but they
Dame at
didn't lose to
9,
Vanderbilt.
Tennessee at 8, Ole Miss at 11, Alabama at 10, Indiana at 7, BYU at 3, Miami at 4.
That would be.
This
crazy.
is the first time I can remember
The
the
fact that
SEC
Indiana is
being
in the
like,
top 10, in the
Indiana.
top 5,
Playing
and
in the first
undefeated,
round.
that is crazy.
Indiana's terrible. Like,
that means
I'm not
Penn
saying that they're
State's
gonna
got to
beat-
Penn State's got to be top 10, right?
Indiana's top
No,
5.
They
yeah.
lost.
that's crazy.
But they lost to Ohio State, so it doesn't matter. Penn
Yeah.
State's probably 4. Texas 3, Ohio State 2, Oregon 1.
Basically.
That's exactly how I would guess it. And I'm a little bit behind. It might already even be
No,
shown.
all it's showing is Indiana's number 5 right now.
Yeah.
They're about to show the top 4.
Hey, maybe I'm not behind anymore. The whole thing made me reset it and put in a new password and everything.
The whole point is it doesn't even really matter. There's still like 3-4 weeks left anyway.
Lots of football
so,
There's a
left. Yeah.
lot of football left.
I mean, these teams
On
can
top
lose
of
2
conference
games and be
championships.
completely freaking out of it at this point.
So,
There's only what? How many? There's only
21 offensive possessions without a touchdown. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
For what, the
To who?
Jacksonville,
Giants?
Minnesota game?
No, 21 straight offensive possessions without a touchdown after the go-ahead touchdown, 1-yard rushing touchdown.
Who the hell is that?
The Chicago fucking Bears, dude. You guys suck.
I know that.
We got to
Minnesota
play you
Vikings.
coming up this
Wait,
week, so that
Wait,
means
I'm a Detroit
that's-
Lions fan. We beat y'all already. Fuck
Just say
Lambeau.
you joined the bandwagon. Did you fill out that application?
Penn State 4, Texas 3. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. Ohio
Yeah.
State 2, Oregon 1.
That's
Can't put Ohio
so-
State above Oregon. Oregon beat Ohio State. Like,
By 1 point. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, and
A
win's
win's
a
a
win.
wins the game, baby.
Oh, it's a win!
Hey, if they replay it again right now, I bet you Oregon whoops their ass.
Yeah, I think so too.
The way that
Probably.
way that Ohio State's playing, yeah.
Yeah.
We got
In
a
a
first
year
round bye.
that Penn State loses to Ohio State and is still in the top 5, Michigan is trash. Fire our athletic director.
Y'all have been saying that all year.
Panthers beat the Giants
Mm-hmm.
on a
And the shittiest game of the year.
terrible fumble by
Not
that
according
rookie.
to the drunk Germans. Did you see the Carolina Panthers lederhosen? That was freaking fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They
Dude,
love them.
they
Yo,
showed
those-
up. The German
Two
fans,
Those
were
European-
fantastic. Dude, the
those
freaking
European
beer
fans are
steins and
crazy.
shit. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yo, they got Ohio State outside the top 5 though, because they're not gonna win the Big Ten apparently.
They play for the Big Ten. They'll
I know what I'm
be-
saying, but if Oregon wins, the Big Ten, SEC, ACC, and Big 12 get a first round bye. Those champions. And since
Wow.
Ohio State, even though they're ranked second on the polls, they wouldn't get a first round bye because they're
right
not a
now, but
conference
if they play
championship.
each other in the Big Ten championship,
Right,
Ohio
then
State
that would
wins.
change.
Yeah.
This
But-
is so awesome right now.
But that's the crazy thing, though. You could
The
be
ra-
ranked number 2 in the country
Oh, yeah.
and be on the outside of the top 4.
Yeah, because
Come
you-
playoff
Charles
bracket,
I
and that is
talked
beautiful
about
to me.
this.
Yeah.
It's a BCS thing, though. I don't like it, but
This is how I'm looking at it.
because I'm
I
sorry, you
just-
could
I
lose
love it.
5 fucking games, Paul, win the Big 12, and
Yeah.
have a bye, and a team that has not only
Abso-freaking-lutely.
lost 1 fucking game.
Absolutely.
I'm-
Again,
so-
that could
so-
be Colorado.
bullshit.
As it stands right now, 4 teams from the Big Ten, 4 teams from the SEC, and then 1 team from the others plus Notre Dame. The recruits, the recruits, the Big Ten and SEC are going to get thanks to this fucking.
ridiculous.
Who's getting in
Oh
for
my!
that?
We are about to see such great fucking
And
football.
that transfer portal is about to go off.
Oh, I can't wait.
Paul, just wait. Charles and I went over this. There's a team from the Pac-12. There's only 4 fucking teams that's going to make it. One of those teams has to get in there because they're going to be the Big 12, Big 10, or what?
That's
Pac-12
basically going to a
champion.
Division III school now. Fucking go play a
That's
season
funny.
at the Pac-12, get a little bit of playoff experience because
And
you're going to
It's
be
like
even
if
with the
Juco-
ACC, there could possibly be a team in the ACC with 4 losses. Maybe not this year, but in the
Well, not
future,
this year because Miami.
there could be a team with 3-4 losses having a first round bye because you win the ACC championship.
No, there's going to be a team from the Pac-12 that's got 6 losses for sure. Because I think the best team out there is what, Oregon State or
But they're not
Yeah.
considered right now in the top
Although-
4 though.
Yeah, I was
So-
going to say, although Notre Dame being good might bounce out one of those terrible conferences.
Yeah, because they're not in a conference, so they're automatically never going to get a first
What do
round
you
bye
mean they're
ever.
not in a conference? This is the last year. They're
They're
technically in
right
a
now.
conference.
I'm saying this
I was
year
going to say
right
they'll
here,
be in ACC, won't they?
Yeah.
I'm saying this year though, if they would have been undefeated,
Well, I'm
they
just
would
saying,
still
I
be
don't-
at best
It's
a fifth
bullshit
seed.
that a team that's not even ranked could possibly make the playoffs. That just pisses people off.
Welcome to
It's gonna piss people off.
NCAA.
Yeah.
Which
What they're
at
doing
this
is
point,
like NFL type playoffs is what they're doing.
at this point, which means more, a Pac-12 championship or a fucking JUCO national title?
Probably a JUCO national title because at
Take
least
the
you get a
Pac-12
fucking
because that means
trophy.
I'm in that bitch.
Paul's. I just want the bus ride and the food and the
Listen,
airfare and the
You
tickets.
realize how
and-
much these schools get paid, and the
Yes.
publicity you get for making some shit like. Come on,
Just get your
man.
ass whooped. It's fine.
Okay, we've got to get Mike on board with us, so we're going to be giving him 2 pick'ems this week. We're going to be
Okay.
giving him 2 pick'ems this week. The score is as follows. Chuck coming in this week at 5-1 now after picking the 49ers to beat the Bucks 27-17. That game ended up being a lot closer than I
Like 26,
23-20.
Yeah.
But Jake Moody, I think, missed 2 or 3 field goals.
But he made the
So
one.
he did, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying he usually makes those, and I think the score is a hell of a lot closer, right? I think
Yeah.
we get 26-29, so I wasn't too far off on that one. The PR got Steelers Commanders,
My sphincter was tight.
and he had 24-17, but got back to 500 with that win, so he is now 3-3. Mike had the Bengals versus Ravens, 34-14. Ravens won that one pretty handedly, if I remember correctly. And then
Did I pick Ravens or Bengals?
you picked Ravens.
Okay.
And then Patrick, because the Ravens won that game, did they?
35-34.
Oh, it was Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Bengals missed the 2-point conversion. I was so
Yep.
pissed. I was like, you took away overtime football from me, you fucking assholes. I had a fucking quarterback and a running back and a wide receiver playing right now. You guys fucking suck, Pecker.
You won. Shut up.
I had 102 points leaving Thursday.
I had a bye week. I wouldn't understand all that.
3 guys playing. I had 102 points for 3 guys.
I had a bye week.
Yeah, I finished 169.1.
I had 2 weeks to prepare for this week.
I had a mental
That's
bye
funny.
week. Yeah.
I wish I had a bye week. I have a bye week this week. You know what I'm favored right now? 21.9. I'm favored by 21.9 points right now.
Jesus. It's me and
calm
Pat
down.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Pat this week.
Oh, that's gonna be a good matchup. That's a possible playoff matchup.
Dude, you want to
It
know the
is.
shitty thing about fantasy football? I can't drop one of the guys in my IR because I just moved him to the IR. I have to wait 24 fucking hours to be able to drop him. And I need a kicker. So I wanted to drop Olave because he's basically going to be shut down for the season.
I'm going to pick up every kicker right now.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you want for him?
I'll pick
That's
whatever's
funny.
left up when you drop off your kicker.
I know.
That's
Charlie, you can
hilarious.
have my kicker that's out of
Lose
bye
my
week.
entire bench. I'm getting this kicker.
Remember when they didn't? Remember when they used to shut off waivers? Like when you didn't
Yeah.
have waivers? I remember playing without waivers. Holy shit, that was fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Dude, I've been 12th on the waiver wire since week 2.
That yeah.
And you've
sounds like
also
it's
been-
couple moves.
You've also been the dominant fucking force in our goddamn fantasy league too.
Dick.
Most of your wins have come by 5 points or less.
He's
Just fucking
he's
insane.
our league's Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has the refs on his side.
with
When I
one
mean
more
red.
loss, but yes.
Whoa.
You got listen. You have some type of cheat code embedded into your.
Whoa, I
Trying to
picked
call him a
10th this
cheater?
year.
Come on.
Yeah,
I picked 10th this year.
I need an investigation immediately. Drug test this man's phone.
I get PD'd every week.
That's funny.
I need a random drug test on this man.
Oh my goodness.
You know what kills me is I had Chris Godwin when he was out here balling, getting 45 points
Yep.
a fucking
I had
game.
Mike Evans and he did
What's the
it.
name of the
Oh,
algorithm?
man.
What's the name of
Where
the
fuck-
algorithm?
Listen, I've told everyone how I do.
Somebody
how I
get
do
check
this.
this man's computer for a
I'm
virus.
just saying. It's
I'm-
all
look,
about-
I'm
it's
not
all
mad
about
at-
targets.
I'm not mad at my lineup either. My lineup's been performing this year, but
I might
That
lose
taking-
this week if we're being honest.
Yeah, you said that the last 9 weeks, and that's only come to fruition once.
And arguably that was by default too.
So that is the
Should've
most
caught-
bullshit excuse I've ever
Fucking
heard.
Baker
quarterback
Mayfield.
threw the ball to a different receiver.
Baker Mayfield, it was in his hands. The worst throw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, actually, you would have won if he.
I would have won if he would have just caught that
short
fucking
15-yard pass.
Fucking
Because that
Yeah.
extra point was meaningless. It wouldn't have done anything. Yeah.
Wouldn't have done nothing.
Shit,
I lost by 2, and the tutty would have gave me 6.
that's funny.
It's just better that happens now and doesn't happen in the playoffs because you get 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it still
Oh,
leaves
dude,
a
I
bad
would've-
taste.
yeah,
When you
I
lose
would've-
the first week of your playoff matchup, it
You're
puts a
fucked.
bad taste in your mouth.
I'm so glad because, bro, honestly, going through my head coming into this, it was like, you're just the Ravens of fantasy football, bro. You're just a regular season champion, bro. Like, you need to keep fucking working. You need to put in the work, bro.
I thought forever when me and Mike started this league after my wedding.
Yeah.
I changed my chat, my groomsmen chat, into the league chat, and that was 7 years ago.
Yep.
For the longest
Holy
time,
shit, it's been that goddamn long. Holy
it'd be
fuck.
7 years. Yes, I thought up till last year I was the Ravens because I've always good, but it's the fucking playoffs. It just ruins everything. All the hard work.
That championship game is so great. Dude, week 1, I went up like 93 points on Joey. And everyone's, oh yeah, you got this in the bag, you got it. And then that second week, my entire team sat. And I dropped everyone I could and had to go to the waiver wire. And I found like 97 points on the waiver wire and won the championship by 3 points.
Listen, last year I was on a plane coming back from Vegas for Christmas during the championship against my brother-in-law. CeeDee Lamb was playing on Thursday night and dropped 40 points. I'm looking at my brother-in-law, the co-commissioner with Mike, and we're looking at each other. Jonathan's cooked.
Yep.
40 points with just CeeDee Lamb, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And he called me when I had a text message waiting for me when I landed. He's like, congratulations, you got it. He already knew it was over.
Yeah,
Bro,
dude, it felt like that after week 1, but I'm like, fuck, dude, they're gonna sit everyone.
A
They
couple
played
years
Debo
ago.
for 23 seconds and sat him. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
fucking
just
screwed, dude.
A couple years ago, I was playing Paul's brother-in-law in the championship game in our league, and literally, DK had a shit season. I sat him during the playoffs, and he ended up going off for like 45 points, and I lost by 3.5 points.
He's
The
won this thing
championship.
3 times.
Patrick would be undefeated if this fucking bench would play, or if his team would play as good as his bench.
The 2 games I lost, I left 70 points in my bench because I put the wrong guy in. I didn't put Ridley in when I picked him up.
Yeah.
I picked him up intending to put him in, and then I left Odunze in the 1 week that Rome, I think, had 1 point.
Yeah.
And I think Ridley had 27 or something. And then the week I lost to John, I literally didn't put my tight end. I had Bowers in my flex, and I took Bowers out of my tight end and put in Tucker Kraft or whatever. I completely fucked myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I swapped
But
him out.
and I laughed the week that he beat me. Let's say fucking Otten catches that, right? If you're gonna give me that, you still have to give him the 23 fucking points he had from a wide receiver on his bench that would have covered the 4 he had on the team that he, So it was like I lost that, and then there was nothing on my bench. I mean, like that. Personally, oh yeah, you only lost 1 game. No, I fucking lost that game.
But the thing is, I got lucky. That was the week I got lucky with Ramondre Stevenson. He caught that touchdown
That
pass.
fucking 15 seconds after the game already ended. Yeah, fucker.
Exactly. Gave you like
He's like,
7
good fucking
points.
tackle, Drake May. Like, what the fuck? Dude? That was so cool. All right, so we're gonna let's see here how we're gonna do this. So I've got Mike written down first and Mike written down last for the pick'ems. So we're gonna pick for Mike first, and then Mike can decide who he picks for, and then we'll bounce it back, and then of course Mike will get the final pick also. That way it'll get them all caught up. So we'll just do a group vote on the first one. Let's do Falcons Broncos. What do you guys say to that one?
I like it. I'm with it.
All right.
Is it in Denver?
Yes. Falcons at Broncos are favored by 2.5, which essentially means
I'll pick
it's a
them.
wash at home.
Yeah, because
Or
you
as
get 3
Patrick
points
likes
at
to
home.
say, don't bet on this game.
I don't bet on games.
Yeah,
that
don't-
like
definitely don't.
complete pick'ems.
Yeah, don't bet on this
No,
game.
this
Negative
is-
two,
this-
minus 2.5 is.
This is when you pick parlays from. This is when we're
Um,
like, let's see,
Yeah,
Sutton
it's like
with
a
an
50-50
anytime
shot.
touchdown would be a good one.
Mm.
Williams, I don't know what his yards is at, but if it's anything like around 60, take the over. Atlanta doesn't have a really good run defense. They're middle of the pack. Right? We discussed this last week, but
Yeah, 16 or something like that. 15.
Yeah, so Falcons at Broncos over unders 44.
with a 2 point, so you're talking basically 24-20.
Yeah.
He's in a field goal is what they think's going to win it.
Here's the issue that I have. Knicks has been playing okay. Kirk Cousins is turning back into Kirk Cousins.
I think Bo Nix has been the second best rookie quarterback so far this year.
I can
Outside
go
of
with you on
Bo.
that. Yeah,
Outside
I can
old
see that.
Jaden. And Drake May is starting to play really well too. That little corn cob running ass mother trucker.
Knicks has more. Knicks has way more ground game than I thought he did. Like the dude can run. He's athletic.
He played 57 years in college, didn't he, Patrick?
Yeah, he's like
That's-
7 years old, right?
Yeah, that's true.
His grandkids are watching him play. Right now.
That's funny.
He's got
Cornball.
experience. We joke about it, but it's worked out well so far in the NFL.
I'm gonna go Broncos 25, Falcons 19.
And who are you picking for?
I am going to pick for PR.
All right. After last week, has brought himself back to 500 NPR.
Something that the Bears don't know how to do. Or won't ever be able to do this year. But go
All right,
Lions.
I'm gonna give you the Sunday night game, Bengals at Chargers.
Ooh, that's ugly.
Ooh.
That's just rude. Man.
Over under on that's 46.5, and the Chargers are favored at home by minus 1.5. So it's again a pick'em game.
I thought we were friends.
I love you, brother, but hey, we keep it spicy on this channel, right?
Fuck Charles. All right.
The guy who sweats eating pepperonis right now handling the spice pretty good.
You donkey bitch.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
It's just
fucking
that it's that Bengals defense, man.
Yeah, I hope that goes off one day. I sweat when I eat pepperonis, but that guy's whiter than I am.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh god.
Let's see who's out for Cincy. They still Higgins is still doubtful.
Mhm.
Jamar just went off for 50.
Probably will again. Be honest with you.
Burrow's playing good, but the
Ben-
Broncos defense is putting foots to ass lately too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I doubted them versus Kansas City, and I should not have. Not that it mattered, but
No. The luck of the goddamn
4 points.
Kermit the Frog. Dude, as soon as the Raiders did that fucking Kermit the Frog bullshit, I was like, oh my god, the Chiefs are gonna fucking eat.
The Chiefs have even
As
won a
soon as-
Super Bowl in that building.
Yeah. Oh,
The thing is, even if the Chiefs go,
I don't
let's
think
say
they've
even
lost
if they go
there yet.
undefeated, they go undefeated in the regular season. That wouldn't have been the reason that they were going to be the Super Bowl favorites anyway.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. The moment they make it into the playoffs, they're just a favorite.
yeah, absolutely.
I think
mean,
I'm ready.
You got to throw that
All
coaching
right.
staff as much gold as you can, really.
Yeah.
I think
Steve
I'm ready.
Spagnuolo might not be there next year.
Ready.
No.
If you win another Super Bowl, I leave.
Yeah, I would think you would.
Take that head coach money, see what I can do for a few years, and
I'm gonna pick the Bengals.
probably the Saints.
All right.
Bengals.
I'm gonna pick the Bengals. 27-20. Yeah.
Offensively, who scares us for the Chargers?
Probably Dobbins running the ball.
Yeah, JK.
That's their biggest thing. But passing wise and scoring wise, the Bengals have them on that. It's just their defense can't stop anybody. So that's going to be the real
Chargers
trick.
have a decent defense and they have a great offensive line.
Yeah.
The head coach.
Quentin Johnson took a step forward this year too. He's been playing a little bit better. So
he ain't got no
arguably,
choice.
that might be the biggest surprise team of the entire season is the Chargers so far.
Yeah, we all had him playing good. We just didn't think. The thing is Harbaugh wins no matter where he goes.
I said at the
playoffs,
beginning of the season, I didn't trust Herbert, but I needed to see him with
Harbaugh.
I just needed to see him actually with the actual coach. That was the thing. I needed him to show me that he can be that guy.
He made J.J. McCarthy a top 10 pick. I knew he was going to do wonders with Herbert. And we'd even talked about it on one of our shows leading up to the season. Yeah. He went out of his way to go to an insider and talk for it was either 5 or 15 minutes about how amazing Justin Herbert is as a quarterback and how awesome it would be if he could coach him type shit. So
yeah.
All right, PR, who are you picking for?
Your beautiful face.
Oh, all right. Then I'll pick for Patrick, and then Patrick will pick the final one for Mike.
Ooh,
Your beautiful face is going to have to decide from. I think just because I'm messy and petty, I'm going to give you the Browns and the Saints.
The injury bowl?
The handicap bowl?
Somebody has to win this game.
It should just come with the
who's
fucking
gonna suck worse? Who's going to suck worse?
This game should the field logo should just be one of the handicap placards that you hang in your car.
That or a brown paper bag.
For one, I would like to start by applauding you. My only loss this year has come from this pick'em scenario. When I'm looking at juggernauts, I seem to have no issue deciding which juggernaut is the more not. But when it comes to these pick'ems, these 1.5s, I'm terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Me as well.
Who's going to come out worse?
Yes, the points right now, the Browns are favored by 1.5. This is the
screaming
Browns,
a nightmare.
And this is the Browns at the Saints.
Yeah.
With the
Jameis
Saints
Winston's making his comeback home.
But J-Bo played a pretty decent game, didn't he? Yeah, because he's on a bye week this week.
Mm-hmm.
The resurgence.
That Saints D. That Saints D is suspect as shit. So J-Mo might have a decent game.
Yeah, I know. I picked him up. Oh no, I picked up the Giants. They still lost. They didn't do too bad. Over under 43.5. 1 point favorite. So you're talking 21, 23. 21, 24 at best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so ugly. I think Jameson Winston's gonna. I would take the over on that. I'm gonna pick the Browns in this one, and I'm gonna go 35-17.
Wow.
Yeah, Jameson Winston's a 40-40 guy. He's gonna put points up. He did last week. He did. I mean, he put. What did they put up on? Where is it here?
Baltimore.
Yeah, in Baltimore there.
Didn't they put 30 points up on Baltimore or something like that?
Yeah, I'm looking for
I think it was in overtime too. No, it wasn't overtime. Was it overtime?
They just got smacked by the Chargers.
Yeah.
Browns Ravens 29-24.
So damn near 30 points.
I told you I was terrible at the pick'ems.
The NFL is the worst one to pick for pick'ems though, because if it was that easy, everybody would be making money doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a gut feeling that J-Mo's going to have probably 4 tutties and 3 interceptions. So it's good for 28 and a couple field goals.
Yeah.
But I don't trust the Saints offense at all. For one, they're all in the hospital.
Yeah, that's true.
And their
Triple
defense
Bowl.
is absolutely trash.
And if they're not in the hospital yet, they're headed there soon.
And it's all Derek Carr's fault.
God, the sad thing is,
He's
if
such
you're
a friendly
Cleveland,
guy,
don't you even
though,
want to
you
win
know?
this game because you get a better draft pick if you fucking
Wait a minute.
tank it.
Did they lose last week?
To
It's
the
called the
Chargers?
Tank Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh no, they beat the Falcons.
Oh, the Saints?
He-
Yeah.
He's
Saints,
still
that's why they're
tied.
3-7. Yeah.
He's still tied. He does not outright own the worst.
Did you guys
season
call it
in
the
a row
car
yet.
Yeah.
bowl? You got
Yeah.
this timer going out there.
Alright.
That's funny.
Terrible. Okay, I'm gonna give you
Terrible.
the Thursday night game, broski. I'm gonna give you the.
Commanders Eagles. This is
Yeah.
not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I was all about the Eagles taking this game. I can't believe this game is under 4 points. I got
numbers are nothing.
four on FanDuel. I got 3.5 on ESPN, and I got 4 on the other one. So basically,
And I got 3 on CBS.
You got 3 on CBS. God, that doesn't make any sense. That it drops. If anything, this is the Eagles by 4, like a clean 4, not a pick 'em.
Yeah.
I don't think the Commanders have the horses to be able. This is like the test outside of that Baltimore game. I don't think Baltimore is going to be able to do the same if they meet again to the NFC team. But if they were to meet again, I think it would be a whole different ball game. But the Eagles, divisional opponent, they're going to have to learn how to shut down Barkley. Barkley's going to pass. I bet you his first rush, he breaks 1,000. So he's going to get 9 yards on his first carry to get that 1,000-yard season.
Easy.
This is going to be a 31-23 game. Philadelphia. Late touchdown by Daniels to bring it back in there. It's going to be 31-16. He's going to throw a garbage touchdown at the end.
Garbage time touchdown.
Alrighty.
Hey, Mike, we got to do it. We got to do it. Got to give you Chiefs Bills.
I almost
Oh,
gave that
shit.
to Charles. I was like, no. Let's humble this young man.
Is this going to be the game that Josh Allen at home gets the monkey off his back and beats Mahomes? Granted, they're still got 2 losses, but can Buffalo actually muster enough offense to beat the Chiefs?
Is Keon Coleman coming back? And is Amari Cooper coming back?
I believe Cooper is cleared
Coleman's
to play. I don't
Coleman's
know
out.
about
Okay.
Keon. Coleman's out.
Well, you're getting Amari Cooper back. That's a big deal. Bills, I got Bills 2.5-point favorites at home. So,
Yeah.
again, another pick 'em
Pick 'em.
game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Over under a 45.5. So, 50-point game. Fuck, man. I can't bet against the Chiefs. I can't do it. Like, I like Josh Allen, and I like what the Bills are doing, but that Chiefs defense is fucking nasty this year. They are playing like they're possessed. I'm going to go, let me say, a 50-point game. I'm going to go
Yeah.
Chiefs 27, Bills 23.
Alright. Quick recap. Mike started us off. Falcons at Denver. Picking Denver to win 25-19. PR comes in with Bengals at Chargers. He's got the Bengals to win this one 27-20. Charles was given Browns versus Saints. He's got the Browns winning 35, Saints 17. Patrick got the Commanders versus Eagles. He's got the Eagles winning this one 31-23. Mike rounded us off with the Chiefs versus Bills. He's got the Chiefs winning this one 27-23. I like it. Any matchup we're excited about next week?
Nope.
Packers.
Look,
Bears.
the Thursday is going to be the test for my team, so I'm super excited to see how our defense performs against one of the hottest rookie quarterback and one of the best overall quarterbacks in the league right now.
The Packers have 2 bye weeks in a row. Is that a first in the NFL history?
Well, you're
The
not supposed to be
Cowboys
saying that
last
shit.
year had 5 bye weeks in a row. So.
Yeah.
That's not the record.
Gotcha. Well,
Jesus Christ. Listen to the Lions' upcoming schedule. Jaguars,
Win.
Colts,
win.
Bears.
Win.
Looks like a bye week. Finally.
That's why I don't believe the Packers can catch the Lions,
No.
even if they got hot.
And then, because then they got Thursday night against the Packers.
Win.
Yeah.
You
all
damn
they
right
can do
Packers
is,
going to win that one.
Can't catch
Go
it.
Lions.
And then you've got, to end the season, you've got the Bills,
Win. Maybe a
Mm,
loss. That might be a loss.
fucking Bears,
Win.
the 49ers.
That's a dub.
that's a dub.
I don't know. That might be tougher than we think. And
Fucking
then
dub.
then
We're
the
ending the
Vikings.
season with the
They-
division title.
Other than the
Weird. Shut up.
Yeah, other than
Go Lions.
other than the
Disregard what's in the background. That's irrelevant. Let me blur that shit out.
other than your any given Sunday, because it's the NFL, the Lions might end the season with 3 losses, maybe.
14-3. It's realistic.
Yeah.
And the number 1 seed in the conference too.
Yeah, but Detroit's got 2 contenders in Washington and Philadelphia that are right on that ass.
I think Detroit's walking away with the number 1 seed.
Well, they don't play each other head to head, so yeah, probably.
We'll see.
I think that would
Listen,
come
I
down
love
to
your confidence, Mike. I do. It's very demure, very cutesy. But no, y'all get the 2nd seed at best.
We'll see.
Who's getting the number 1 pick? It's not us, but we're probably gonna get like 5th or 6th or something.
Cowboys or Giants or Titans.
We got a top 10 pick for sure. I think the Packers are gonna get like the 6th or 7th seed again.
This brings me back to a feeling I had when Peyton Manning made it to the Super Bowl
Which
the
time?
first time.
Uh-huh.
I believe he had 55 touchdowns that year.
With Indiana
Oh no, with Denver.
and got worked.
And I remember having many arguments with people. Defense wins championships. This is a rare scenario where you have the number 1 defense versus the number 1 offense. I said defense is going to win. I said defense is going to win. And I had that feeling that I could have bet all the money in the world. I knew they were going to win. I have this very same feeling about Jared Goff not winning a Super Bowl. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's fine. Hold on.
I can't say you're wrong.
Hand to God. Hand to God, I have that very same feeling. It is what it is. I wish I was joking, but I'm the rock in the road for your fucking bandwagon.
We're still 8-1,
Your
bitch.
fucking wooden wheel, shaky as shit.
That's fine. We're still
Next time.
managing.
You got
Still
Jacksonville.
chugging.
Jacksonville's
Still-
gonna beat your guys' ass this week.
Jacksonville.
you guys-
Duval.
Jacksonville.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Jacksonville.
7 tutties. 7 tutties on that weak ass pass defense.
You are
7.
fucking insane. You don't
That's
even believe
see,
that
that's me
touchdown.
talking crazy. That's me talking crazy.
You
Yeah.
don't even believe that garbage.
Duval.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna turn into who are you a fan of? Well, I'm a Packer fan and whoever's playing the Lions. But man, it'd be a great story if Jacksonville gets their fucking head out their ass and manages
Oh
to
my
play
God.
good fucking
It's not happening
football.
this week, buddy. It's not happening this week.
They almost lost to the fucking Texans. They're just as bad. Same division. Duval.
Yeah, if Jared Goff plays like that again,
I loved it. That was my favorite. That's not even the worst I've ever played, in my opinion. No shit.
Yeah,
dude.
which is crazy. Fucking
I've
5
seen it.
picks, and that's not the worst.
Well, you're 50-50 in games. You've thrown 5 picks now.
That's
2 of them.
fucking insane. I'm just glad we don't have to hear from fucking ESPN anymore about, oh, they have more touchdowns than incompletions. Shut the fuck up. Now shut the fuck up with that shit.
They're still the top team in the NFL.
Shut up, you.
It's speculative. At best.
Parade. Rest. Oh.
I don't work for you.
Speculative at best.
My DD214 says fuck that.
See the way my DD214s are set up.
I don't give a shit about none of that.
The scariest thing for me about the Lions, though, honestly, is that they're a very talented team, and they also have luck on their side right now. And that's a recipe for a very nice situation. Now, the only thing I'm holding solace in is that the football gods will allow for the luck to fucking run out. What are you doing? This is crazy, right? Like,
They
Are we
lose
talking
in the
about the Lions, or
divisional
we
round
talking
of the
about
playoffs.
your win streak getting snapped last week
what win streak?
in fantasy football?
Oh,
Stop it.
Yeah.
Which one are you more upset at?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, if the Lions go and get bounced in the divisional round, holy shit.
I don't know, man. Like I said, they've been lucky, in my opinion. They've gotten, but
Well, and then-
as of right now, they're the best team in the NFC. It's hard for me to say that because if you match them up against Philadelphia, it's not a lock win, right?
Nope.
And if you match them up against a healthy 49ers, that's not a lock win.
Nope.
You match them up against. Fuck, I can keep going down the list. That's my point. Right? Can you do that with Baltimore or Kansas City right now? That's just how I feel about it. But they're doing pretty good.
That's cute.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. We are.
I remember when Green Bay was in the same scenario, 13 wins.
Yeah.
Home playoff games.
The worst
and
part
then
of
The same team. Didn't you keep losing to the same San Francisco team?
bounce to that fucking 49ers team, bounce to the Giants, doesn't matter.
You know what the worst thing
ugly
about
wins
being
get you to the playoffs. They don't win you a Super Bowl. I've never
true.
seen an ugly team win a Super Bowl.
Except
Do you know the worst part about being an NFC playoff team this year?
What's that?
The worst part about that is the fact that you can't go into Jerry World and get a first round bye.
Get an
That's the
easy
worst
win.
part about being a fucking playoff fucking team in the NFC now is that Cowboys are so bad that they can't even scratch the surface of the top fucking 7 teams in their conference. That's so crazy.
We're in,
And don't get me
we're in
wrong.
the boat, though.
I'm here for the collapse of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm all about preaching the gospel of Jerry World being fucking demolished and them rebuilding because the sun's too fucked up.
Your team's at the best. You want to beat them when they're at their worst.
I don't care. Fuck
We've
it.
been saying
Everybody
that
was like,
Chicago for years.
everybody on the
straight.
internet was like,
10 straight,
Every-
baby.
all these goddamn commentators on the internet were like, Philly won, but Dak wasn't there. I don't give a shit. We went into Jerry World and stomped that ass 34-6 and held Cooper Rush to 13 of 32 for 45 yards and Trey Lance like 24 yards with a pick, 5 turnovers. I don't give a fuck if Dak is playing or not. It's the Cowgirls. I'm gonna whoop that ass, call it a day, let my guys rest in the fourth quarter, which thank God, because playing on Thursdays is bullshit.
Back-to-back Thursday games. That's terrible.
I fucking hate the Thursday night football. I think it's the worst thing to happen to football in a long time.
Back-to-back Thursday and then a Sunday night. That's not too terrible. I'm just looking at the rest of Green Bay's schedule.
That's weird.
What?
The Syracuse football head coach,
That's not weird. You talk about him not bathing.
after losses, he says, "I don't deserve soap.
Yeah,
Winners
players
get
don't
washed."
deserve soap. Losers don't get soap.
He's not even playing.
Sir,
That's funny.
sir.
He's a coach.
Hey, That's no stranger than people wearing the same draws every fucking game. It's the same
It's a
shit.
superstitious thing, yeah.
I tell you, Green Bay just needs to take care of business. We end the season on a bye week, so
You get 3 bye weeks this year.
Y'all playing the Bears for your last game? That's all right.
Yeah.
Philly ends the season on a bye week too because
Every
we got
team-
Dallas coming to
Not
the
bye
fucking
week.
link.
Every
It's
team
a
from week
forfeit.
11 to the end of the season is a bye week for that team.
Forfeit
Again.
win.
Whether it's your
win.
first one or second one,
Oh.
it doesn't matter.
So do they score the touchdown in the first half against Green Bay or the second? Because Green Bay is going to
Offensively or
Yeah, they're
defensively?
gonna get
offensively.
No.
Oh, I don't think they scored an offensive touchdown against you.
I
guys.
think we get 3 field goals and call it a day.
Yeah. Caleb hasn't shown any ability to fucking.
He only got one
Listen,
field goal against the Patriots.
listen, I am not holding my breath for an offensive touchdown the entire
The only
game.
way they're getting
What-
an offensive touchdown is if it comes from DeAndre Swift.
So let's say the
'Cause it ain't
Other
coming
than
defense,
that, I'm
Caleb.
not even holding my breath.
so let's say the Bears don't score.
Uh-huh.
Just a goose egg in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
What's the scene like?
Burn that bitch
Oh my
down.
God.
Burn it down.
Are there still fans after the third quarter?
No,
Why would you even go to the game at this point?
I wouldn't. I know that.
they're going to just because they're Bears fans and it's you got to
I'm not
support
even
your
going
team.
to
But
turn it on.
I'm not even going to turn it on.
I'm going to turn
Green
on
Bay
Red
versus
Zone. Listen, I'm going to turn it on Red Zone, and if they happen to score, I'll see it as a highlight. I'm not about to put myself through this frustration.
I feel that.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
do you better. I'll give you 15 minutes. I'll give you the first quarter. If the first quarter shows me anything that I don't like, that I've already been seeing for the last 3
How about
weeks,
that
I'm
bitch?
turning that shit off.
Listen, I'm a Michigan football fan. This is exactly how I've been watching college football all year. So,
I'm not about to.
but
oh,
I
it's
give
more
you
entertaining.
I give you like 4 minutes. If I see the same shit I've seen all year in those first 4 minutes, I'm
done.
out. Yeah,
I'm
like,
not gonna
all
do
right,
it.
same
I'm
thing.
not
I'll see you
doing
next
this for
year.
3.5 hours.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not.
no.
Time of day if you fuck it up the first time.
There's plenty of other good football on TV right now. I'm
Yeah.
not about to waste 3.5 hours watching you just do nothing.
I watched my glory game this year, and that was Michigan getting a win against USC. That's what we got.
this is like the first year in college football that I can remember not being hyped for LSU versus Alabama. Like this year, I couldn't give a shit less.
I am hyped and nervous all at the same time for Texas.
Psyched.
Like it's when I tell you, I still feel like we're gonna shit the bed somehow.
Yeah,
It's Texas. You're probably gonna shit the bed.
It's not Texas. It's SEC. If we were in the Big 12, we'd be undefeated right now.
Yeah, but you're not.
Exactly. I know this. So I'm stressed out every week.
Makes you tougher, though.
Huh?
Makes you tougher.
I don't want to be tough. I want an easy ride to the national championship.
Well, you're not going to go
Yeah,
to the
that's
national
not gonna
championship
happen.
playing shit teams. You got to play the big boys either way now. The playoffs. there,
Listen,
so
I already stressed enough about Chicago. I don't need it in college.
you're fine.
And when I say Chicago, the whole city,
Oh,
every
yeah.
sport,
The
all of
Cubs,
it
the
stresses
Bulls,
me
the
out.
Bears,
Everything
Blackhawks.
stresses me out.
the Union, all of that shit, or whatever your MLS team is.
I don't care. It's all garbage right now.
Chicago.
Yes,
Yeah. Sorry,
All
I went
the
on a
sports
trip there for a
stuff.
second.
just suck.
Yeah.
Nothing good sports-wise is coming out of Chicago right now.
Hockey is terrible.
Yep. Baseball's not great.
Yeah.
Basketball's
Go Lions.
shut up.
It's real good. It's real good up here in Green Bay.
I'm never gonna do that.
Why would you go to? Yeah, but you take Detroit.
You could always be a Philly
I don't
fan.
hate Detroit. I've always. It's like me trying
How
to go
can you
say
hate
I'm gonna go
Detroit?
root for the White Sox.
they haven't-
That's sin.
They haven't started winning. They've only won the last 2 years. How can you hate the Lions?
The Lions have done nothing to me.
Exactly. Why would you hate them?
But
That's like rooting for the White Sox. Why would I put myself through that?
It's like the lovable loser Cubs.
No. I'd
Well,
rather be a lovable
you know.
loser Cub than have the record for the most wins in a regular season, losses in a regular season.
Who's still got that?
I don't want that. I don't want that.
The team you're rooting for has one of those records.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm talking about right now.
No, the Lions. Yeah, they do.
This
right
year,
now. They're one
they
of-
are 8-1. We're not
Oh,
talking about
Oh, we're not talking about they're one of two teams that went 0-16.
No,
Oh, all right.
no,
All right.
no.
My bad.
No, we're talking about right now.
1954? We want to go back then?
No, we're talking about 2024.
It's a championship. You guys won a championship back then.
I wasn't born. I wasn't even thought of a testicle yet.
But 51-54 was the last time they won 3 back-to-back NFC Norths.
That's good for them. We're talking about now.
51-54. Holy shit.
Right now,
Yeah.
we're about to be back-to-back.
It's been a long time.
NFC North.
I feel that. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Green Bay's done that, like, I think 7 times in the last 2 decades, 13 times in the last 2. Or was that 13 championships? I'm sorry. There's so many numbers for us. It's wild.
It is.
First to 30,000.
8-1.
Hey, man,
That's the only number I care about right now.
6-3. And the last time we were a wild card team, we did pretty good.
Yeah.
And the time before that, we did even better. Packer fans travel well.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, they do. The motherfuckers were half and half with us in fucking Brazil.
Yeah.
That game was trash either way, though.
Remember the field? Terrible.
That game was trash.
Oh my god.
It was moved.
Nobody got shot. That we know of.
And
The only
nobody
thing that
had
got shot was Jordan Love's leg.
Yeah.
And Malik Willis, that last play, got shot by Zach Vaughn. But yeah.
Yeah.
But
no.
know, other than that, everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I can understand why you would rather go to the Lions than a team that's been your daddy for 10 years. I get that.
That's true.
That's fine.
My daddy never came back, so they're probably never coming back.
We're right here for you.
Nah.
You sweat,
You're
papa?
like,
Oh God,
You sweat, papa?
bro,
Nah.
I don't know what the fuck I would do if I ever saw you in green and yellow.
It's never gonna happen.
I would lose my
Oh,
shit.
it's gonna happen now.
No, it's
One of
never
the,
gonna.
I'll get you into a bet.
I'll never make that bet.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you
No,
will.
I won't.
Because it will have to be a bet that would look like I would lose, and it would take the gods of betting.
If
And
there's
the
ever a bet
force
that I
of
will
nature.
never make, it will never be against a Green Bay Packer fan. Ever.
To wear a Packers jersey,
I'm never doing it.
I'll get
and
you.
not just a Packers jersey. It would have to be
You
a Brett
couldn't
Favre
pay
jersey.
me to make that bet.
A few years ago, I was in your position. Let me tell you this story. I was telling people that I, as an adult, have never shit my pants. And I'll never shit my pants as an adult.
And then you shit
Because
your pants.
as an adult, I'm going to be like, hey, I've got a shit. I should go to the bathroom so I can shit.
Logically.
Fast forward, headed to a job, not a single issue on planet Earth would have said, hey, Charles, don't fart right now. You're probably going to shit your pants. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I farted and then shit my pants. And the moral of the story is never say never. And now you're sitting here screaming to the rooftops.
I'll rephrase it.
No, you can't.
I will not.
It's already been said.
Listen, Jesus, like I said in that text, God himself can tell me in my ear and say, hey, Paul, I need you to either root for the Cowboys or the Packers.
Yeah.
And
He's not
I'm
gonna
going
tell
to
you.
hell because I'm not going to do it.
Your post said tell you, so he decided to show you. So now I'm going to
not
show you.
going to ever make a bet with the Green Bay Packers.
That's all right, baby.
I don't care how dominant my Bears are. It is not going
I'll
to
pay
happen.
somebody $75 from the opposite team to make that bet with you.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
For the rest of your life, bro. Now this is a goal of mine now.
Have at it.
You know
It's
what?
not gonna happen.
I don't
If
even
it
care
has
if
to
you
do,
ever-
listen, it could be somebody that's a Chicago Bears fan saying that any bet that has a Green Bay Packer associated, the name itself, it could be from an Atlanta Falcon person.
Yeah.
If they say, I bet you the Bears beat the Packers, I don't want it.
Yeah. No,
Bro,
it's fine.
I don't want it.
you know what? I don't even want to see you in a Packers jersey now. I just want to get you one of those big ass cheesehead foam things and just have you wear
The
that.
only time you
Oh
will
my
see-
god.
Listen, the only time you will see me in one of those in my hand is because I got a lighter on the other side and I'm burning the shit out of it.
Bro,
'Cause I want some nachos.
that is now my fucking goal is to see you in a cheese.
You're gonna be upset because that's not gonna happen.
We've got a long life. Crazy
Yeah,
things
not that
happen in
crazy.
this life of ours. Yes, sir.
You know what?
Because
I'm putting
eventually
that-
there's going to be this bet, right? That's just so good. And you're going to be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm taking it. And you'd be like, all right. Then you take that bet and then you lose.
No.
And then the person shows up and they're like, hey,
She said, "Motherfucker."
what? And then I'm going to be there with the FaceTime. And I don't care 10 years from now. I'll be like, bitch, I got you.
We told you, motherfucker, it was
Listen,
gonna
it's
happen.
gonna be a long life for you because that's never
I
gonna
didn't
happen.
think, there it is again. I didn't think I could until I heard you say never. And you're so comfortable saying it. You just said it again without thinking.
It's not gonna happen. Not today, not 10 years from now. The only way it does happen is we're both in heaven and I don't even care anymore because I'm in the city with gold streets.
It still happened.
It's not.
Hey, brother, don't forget. I know your wife. I can send you Christmas presents and stuff. Don't
Listen,
forget.
you can send it. Listen, you can send it.
I'm gonna
That
get
doesn't mean I
Maya while
made a
you're
bet.
sleeping. I'm gonna get Maya
No.
while you're
The
sleeping.
thing
to put
is,
that
I would
cheese
never
head.
bet. I would never bet. You can send it all you want, and it's either going to go in one or two places: in the dumpster or in the fire pit. That's it.
I understand
Jersey
the rules.
cheesehead doesn't matter what it is.
I
You
understand
can
the
send
rules.
it all you want.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh
the
no,
rules.
that's that. Look, the bet thing. I'm totally cool with that. I get it. But now, somehow, some way, I will get a picture of you wearing a cheese head. It will happen.
It better be in a funeral box. That's
Hey,
the only
brother.
way you're gonna get it. It's me in a box.
I'm gonna
That's
walk
it.
up to your church one day and just.
All right, you got PTSD too. Go ahead and try it.
We gonna be the two fights. We gonna be the two fightingest best friends in the history of the world.
You go ahead and try it. You got PTSD just like I do. Sneak up
True.
on me if you want to.
All I know,
That's
I know the
oh
rules.
shit.
I understand them very clearly.
I'm proud of you.
That's
As I said, I told you I didn't think I could until you brought the universe into this.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now I'm
I'm
just a
never
passenger.
gonna bet on anything.
I'm just a
Anytime
passenger.
somebody approaches me with a bet, hey, I bet you I don't want it.
I don't fuck you. There's this bald-headed motherfucker in Wisconsin, and you might know him.
I'm never making a bet for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna do it.
That's
never gonna do it. And it's like, hey, I bet you won't.
I thought I was driving. Turns out I'm just hanging out. I guess you enjoy the ride. I'm just a tool, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Listen, any bet that comes my way, it's like, nope, Charles, talk to you. No, Charles, don't fucking act like you don't know.
Yeah, don't play dumb, motherfucker. Don't play dumb. It's the internet. Everyone knows.
And it's
I know
gonna
you
be
saw
people.
it. I know you saw the clip.
That's funny as shit. That's hilarious.
The best part is eventually it'll get to a point where I secretly put a bounty out on it. First person to send me something glorious gets this. I just say it. Like I didn't
I'll
even
pay
think
half
about
of that
that
bounty
until
shit.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't even think about that until right now. The universe was like, hey, let's just show him a little bit. Sprinkle some joy up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I would absolutely pay half of that bounty.
I'm just saying, if the Saints can do it and get away with it, we can.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
Did anybody else have anything they wanted to
I got
bring
one
in?
thing more to say.
You want to keep burying your grave?
I
What?
just got one more thing to say.
Okay, what?
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers.
That's it. That's all I got.
Mike, just got anything you wanted to say?
No, man. I again, we said it last week, and I'm gonna echo that sentiment. I appreciate the platform, and I love being on here and bullshitting with you guys for a couple of hours. I really enjoy the shit out of this, and
Therapeutic.
yeah, definitely is that.
Yeah. I agree. Patrick?
We're good.
Well, no, nice. For all of our listeners out there, our continued clicks, comments, likes, shares, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. The world is a much better place with you in it. This holiday season is approaching. Don't get too down on yourselves. Christmas has turned into this crazy materialistic thing. It's not. I don't remember any of the gifts, more or less. I remember a bike. That was cool. But I remember the family get-togethers, the dinners, just the moments, the Christmas tree, the lights. Those are the things I remember. So if anybody feels differently, go ahead and hit the comment section. But there isn't a lot I remember in the materialistic sense from my childhood. So keep that in mind, parents out there, especially in today's economy. It's a struggling one, regardless of whatever scenarios we're in. Christmas is a time for togetherness. So let's try to keep that in mind, and we love you more.